Hello everyone, welcome to City States of Klovisa, semicolon dash, the God War. Hello my Gucci gamers, how are you feeling today? It's been a few weeks, yeah. I apologize for the last one, people kept not being able to show up to things. Devin? Yeah. Gibby? Yeah. But who was gone last week, or the week before that? Yeah, fuck you. Oh, okay. Uh, I'm just bullying you for no reason. Brandon, how are you, you beautiful man? No? Oh, you sure are. I hit the button, Temer. I love you, Temer. You beautiful man.
Wow, fucking never putting me or CK.
I was
Listen,
just putting them on blast. I just wanted them to respond and to get bitched at, apparently.
But I'm doing well. I'm making edibles right now, and I was putting stuff in the sink and letting it sit and turning the fire off so I wouldn't burn my apartment down before I, you know,
Nice. Very
play
nice.
responsibly.
Oh. And then my two beautiful boys. Eric, whose nameplate is not here because his character died, known as the dude. And then, of course,
dude.
Rumble Roar, with his perfect attendance at the moment.
The most perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking teacher's
Hadud turned
pet.
out to be Hadud, and he is
Hadud.
gone
I
now.
was gonna say, dude, more like no dude.
Also true.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
dude,
Body
you're
type
dead.
0. He has become a skeleton.
Correct. So we will find out who a Ricorus is in our session today. I'm hyped to play him.
Very,
Our
very
chonkiest
cool.
of chonky boys.
Well,
I'm already playing.
Exactly.
true.
It's a
So you get it.
chonky, not thick.
Oh,
Gibby.
Yes, sir.
It's your turn to do the recap.
Golly gee willikers, everyone. It's been such a long time since I've done a recap. Here we go. So our party, our adventurers started in the middle of a mud field after completely botching a free ride into Maelstrom, to which no one in particular was at fault. We're walking through the mud field, and all of a sudden, we're just gonna take a rest. Turns out a lot of our party don't have the basic essentials for just resting. And so someone has the actual decent idea of making, a tiny hut, and suddenly there's just this army of rats that pass by us. Now, rather than doing the smart thing and just letting them pass like any normal person would have done, something happens that results in Rarick blasting off into space with his little cloud, drawing the attention of all of the rats. We fight the rats. Hadood becomes no dude after dying. And Chad miraculously survives horrible, horrible injury to his body. Perhaps through divine intervention, some might call it.
I remember rolling a clutch ass 20 to come back alive with 1 HP.
Yeah, that's also what I remember.
Me too.
Then after all that funness and throwing Hadood and all of the rats onto a pyre, we get found by a Maelstrom ship that's about to blow us to Kingdom Come when we just managed to barely stop them from doing so, getting on board and having the lowest of the low nobles.
no,
Is that wrong?
No.
no.
No ship.
Okay, well, I
we're
remember
so-
there being Maelstrom nobles.
Yeah.
It was the gate of Maelstrom.
Oh, the gate of Maelstrom, okay.
The gate.
The gate, okay.
Yeah. The checkpoint, really.
Well, some people were about to blast us away, regardless. And we managed to stop them from happening. And now we're just about to enter Maelstrom.
Indeed. You? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. Only Lei Stung is not here because Lei Stung died in real life. unfortunate that. But 5 of you. You are here in the streets of Maelstrom, constantly in a fight for survival. Always sinking. There is a torrential downpour, constantly sending the city's property into the depths of mud, into the labyrinth below the great undercity of Maelstrom. For those who are brave of heart, it is a place to seek fortune, wealth, and to run into monsters that should not be in this territory. But for others, like you, this place is one of opportunities, of mysteries, of answers, hopefully. And we focus now on Rarick and Runt, the 2 Maelstromians. The Stromlanders.
Strombolians.
Why the fuck did you guys come here?
We gotta find the prince and rise.
Well, you know he's not in the city.
Yeah, but my family is, who can hopefully
True.
guide us the right way. I'll
Even
look over at the party.
Third floor.
I mean, it's like it turned up in semantics. Anyways, I'll look at the party and be like, so I think we should head over to my family's house. We actually have one of those. I'll look at Ron, but not say anything. And then I'll start leading the way.
Okay. We're going in hot today, boys. We're really priming for a PK.
Devin chose violence today. That's fine.
Good.
He knows what he's
Pour
about.
some ambient ray music and thunder and lightning. Above you is a massive storm that turns clockwise today. Storm clouds are brewing in a 60-mile radius around you. You are in the epicenter that is rolling. Thunderous. You'd think there'd be a heart of the storm where there is any sort of relief. But not here in Maelstrom. Here there is no escape from the rain, the thunders, or anything like that. What did you just link?
So I make it so it doesn't rain on me.
Okay. Understood. You are indeed a clown.
I want my makeup to run.
The rain strikes at most of your bodies. Only Rarick, who has made some sort of Faustian agreement with this storm cloud above him to not be rained on, is
And
free
Chad,
from its...
who canonically followed him very closely last time because he was dry.
Indeed. Hugging Rarick, holding him tightly to stay warm and dry. Chad and
Man.
Rarick have a tender moment.
Man, it's weird how you are only staying dry.
It's kind of a thing that happens when you're a noble here. The storm senses the nobility in me. You see in it.
Thanks, Sam. You can keep me dry too. Appreciate your nobility.
Of course.
It's uncomfortable as you
generous.
walk as one person, like your feet in
Yeah.
the corner, like too close, just breathing up on his neck.
Series of toddlers in a trench coating it. Yep.
Yeah. Holding by, holding on to his beautiful body. I'm really wanting my sign not to fall down as I search for my D10s. My beautiful D10s! Okay, I can't find it. Am I blind? What's going on here? Boop. There we go. Alright. I got some D10s. We are Gucci. You guys walk through the city streets. The beautiful, beautiful, rainy, muddy, torrential downpour streets. There's not so much roads here, so much as mud, where there isn't construction happening. There's no such thing as streets, really, either. There's just buildings here, scattered there. On the outskirts, it's a lot thinner, but once you get closer to the center, where there is indeed dry land, upon the king's palace pinnacle, or whatever you want to call it. There's stable ground, and you all are attempting to make it to it. Runt, though, knows keenly the dangers of walking blindly into Maelstrom, even in broad daylight. Isn't that right, Runt?
I sure do, John.
Yeah. What kind of nightmares are going to visit us today, Runt?
Well, do you want me to go into it? 'Cause
Yeah,
I've got
sure.
something for you if you want me to.
Give me a nightmare of Maelstrom.
Okay. Well, as everyone knows, one of the biggest threats to Maelstrom isn't the people who come out of nowhere with giant knives. Not even the halfling, the famed halfling splitter who once haunted the streets of Maelstrom. Most people are afraid of the floods. But there's one creature in particular that has managed to avoid the floods. An enormous group of creatures with 8 legs that manage to walk treadedly on wetted webs. The 8-legged water spiders of Maelstrom.
Oh, man. How big are they,
Giant.
Runt?
They are giant. They're huge. They're big enough to where on a street they can basically cover from house to house, walking above floods as they go through the streets. Their poison
Yeah.
and venom that they use to paralyze their prey. Dangerous. Not because it kills, but because it traps people within the waters, to which they then track them down to hunt down their weakened, paralyzed prey.
Ooh, interesting. A flood
Thanks.
ambusher.
I hate it.
Well, let's hope you don't run into one of those things as John prepares an empty NPC
John
sheet.
rolls 46 worth of these fucks.
No, D10. He was grabbing his D10s
Oh,
earlier.
you are so lucky today.
John
No
canonically likes rolling D6s more.
combat. I
Look
do
at
like
Kevin's response.
D6s. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
True.
Oh, the nightmares of Maelstrom never end. Some say it's because there's a portal to the hellscape nightmare that is hell. Alternatively, people just think of mad wizards creating crazy shit and then throwing them into the city to see how well they perform against the masses. No one's for sure what these monsters' originations are. But we know they never fly, and they often take a great bodily toll on adventurers who think they're too good for this city. That's not you guys, right? You just got clowned by rats. You
We
gotta
know what
respect
you
the
think.
streets, right?
Mhm.
Okay. You all will walk, heading through the city streets. Some guards come up towards you, see your noble lineage, and just keep moving on past, because you guys are not their mark. They realize that Rarick here, he's got some clowns with him. He's got his own marks going on. So they go and harass some more less powerful locals here. Not that they don't like the challenge, but because someone else has claimed you all already. Run, are you just okay with this clown, Rarick, who got your friend, who got your companion, a dude killed? Just taking you someplace in the city?
No, not really. He's constantly watching each and every corner, eyeing, planning, and plotting for the quickest escape route that can take everyone, and then basically planning to hamstring Rarick to use him as bait so the rest of the party can get away if any trouble pops up.
Nice, nice.
As recompense, blood for blood.
Blood for blood. What about you, Syl? How are you enjoying the rain after 4 days of being in it?
It doesn't bother me. I mean, I was in the rainforest for a hot minute. So I'm
Sure.
kind of used to all that BS. But, you know, this is not my first time in Maelstrom. Won't be my last.
What's up?
Yeah.
The dude's a corpse. We don't need to check in on him. But Chad, we do need to check in on you.
We're still walking, right?
Yeah.
We've got time between now and our next going inside somewhere?
Probably not, but you have some
Long-
time. You're walking down
Long
the
enough
street.
that Chad can peek at his ... cube of pissed off radar and see if it's glowing.
I don't know. I think everyone's pissed off at Rarick too much for you to even recognize it. Does anyone nearby have a grudge against Chad right now?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
But no, Chad, for once. It's completely clear.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Hey, Squarick!
It glows.
Alright,
Yeah,
hurry up. I'm getting bored. Where's your family?
I'm taking you there.
Right, but where? Can you point and grunt? You've been here before, right?
I just point the direction we're walking. I'm like, it's
Lightning strikes as he points. The darkness of the night briefly illuminates as you see the towering palace of the king himself. King Maelstrom's shadow grows today over you all. It just casts a sudden darkness like a wave, which quickly becomes darkness once more of the fully cloudy sky.
Dad turns to Rarick and goes, alright, I'm all for dramatic timing, but like, chill out, Lightning Wizard. I get it. You use lightning.
Okay. Okay.
Are we there yet?
You can be there now. At the
Oh,
very
yes, we
lowest
are.
point of the terrace that leads to this grand, marvelous wonder, the only true building that has managed to stay whole for generations in this endless storm, you all walk into a lovely little neighborhood. It just sort of branches off and then follows a terraced, almost cliffside of this great big, not pillar that goes up, but essentially just a big ramp that leads up towards the palace. Rarick, you head on into the third tier of nobles, or the first tier, as it is truly called, because it is the first tier you reach. I think there are 3 in total. So this is where all the lesser nobles dwell and their branch families.
Really lesser.
Yeah.
Not that much lesser.
But still,
I think it's pretty big.
top 1% of all of Maelstromians right here. This is where it is. You head towards your tiny little, well, not tiny house, but your city townhouse-esque family estate. There is a very small front yard which has no true hedges. No one is foolish enough to that, so instead it's more like just a weaving, flowing metal fence that is symbolizing briar and other such a hostile intent.
It lets people know pricks live there.
Yeah. Rob us and you get lightning to LOL.
Pretty much. You want to knock on the door?
Yeah. You open the gate, you go through the very tiny courtyard up to the porch. You knock upon the door, and eventually your manservant, Argyle, will open it. Be like, oh, Master Rarick has returned, the prodigal son.
Go get mom and dad. I need to
As
speak to them
you
at once.
say, Mr. Rarick. Argyle turns on his heels and leaves the door open for you to enter your family home.
I enter.
You do. What about... Are you going to let your friends in here as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I walked in.
Yeah, I don't want to cause too much trouble.
After what you
last
saw
time.
last time?
Yeah. After
Are you sure you don't want Chad to run up to the roof and break his way inside?
Yeah.
Ask me how many rounds it'll take.
Yeah.
Ask me how many rounds it'll take.
Runt, Runt will
Sure.
Runt will just kind of elbow Chad in like the lower leg since he can't reach his side. And he'll just kind of be like, "Hey, this we might want to wait on doing anything instinctual. Let's see where this takes us. I have a feeling this particular house might be more fruitful than some floating box. You feel me?"
How are you at making bird sounds? Like,
What?
make bird sounds when shit starts going sideways and all notice start punching.
I have other things that I can do besides making bird sounds.
I'm really attached to bird sounds.
Okay, I can do a. How's that?
That was beautiful.
Okay,
Chad's
then
chef's kisses. Oh, perfect.
Okay, so when you
Now
hear,
I know.
that's when things will really be going south.
Chad says, got it.
Watch him not do that for like 18 sessions, and then
He's gonna punch an old lady.
just randomly in the middle of tolls.
You all enter the narrow hallway that is the front entrance room of this townhouse estate. There are side rooms that lead it deeper into the house, but right now you all, take some time to dry off. Towels are always ready. Coat racks have been prepared. People wipe mud off their shoes. Or they don't. Who cares? Chad might be barefoot after all. He's a weird monk guy.
Who's the general on, bud?
Oh, yeah, true.
His ass-kicking boots.
It's true.
My literal shit kickers.
After a moment, you will see a old fat man with great big mutton chops and long flowing hair that sort of goes down. And oh my god, Rarick, it's your Uncle Bilbo who left you in the mud.
Fuck.
Oh, well, if it isn't my wonderful nephew, Rarick.
Hey, Uncle.
How you doing?
I mean, you should know from our last encounter, not great.
Yeah?
Been having
Are these your violent friends?
Yes. I'm sure
Run-
they mean to apologize.
Runt will begin slowly walking up to his uncle. Will slowly stare up, and with kind of puppy dog eyes, he says, "Master Rarick says that you were allowed to smack me as an apology. for being
Unfortunately,
rowdy."
I am not physically here, for I am a grand wizard and can project myself wherever I wish.
Chad says, fuck. I hate this guy already.
Ha 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 ha! Magic!
Then I guess you can smack me magically.
I
because
shall
that's-
not lower myself to such inhumane barbarity. You are an honorable guest of my boy, my beautiful nephew, Rarick.
Runt just kind of lowers his head, and then just takes a few steps back,
Oh,
begrudgingly behind Rarick.
we nobles are so magnanimous.
Rarick's just kind of in shock by Runt right now. He's just like, not saying anything, eyes wide.
Your mother and father are busy in the court of our honorable, wise, just, and beautiful King Maelstrom, in the hunt for that usurping prince. Long may he be on his quest.
Do you have any information, Uncle, on this prince? Who wish to
Oh? You wish for me to spew state secrets while I'm not physically present?
No, of course not, but between, Uncle and nephew.
You will have to come find me in my parlor. Good luck.
Of course.
The astral image begins to, T-pose in front of you, signaling that, he severed the connection, but it doesn't, go away. At all. It's still there. Just unblinking now.
Like a
That's
weird
Uncle Bilbo.
semi-loaded nightlight.
Yeah, like a weird scarecrow. Just Just blocking your path.
Good old Uncle Bilbo. Yeah. So I guess we have to go to the parlor.
You have to say over to make him go away.
No, he's gone. That's just an astral projection.
I think this conversation is over. Over.
He's not there.
I mean, obviously, we can see that he's there.
I heard him
Well,
talking about how he wasn't there.
I just go over there and like put my hand through the astral projection.
Yeah, the illusion dissipates as soon as there is physical contact with anything.
Rod knows that this is magical. He's been in Hephaestus temples. He's just purposely fucking with Eric.
Good. That's what we all want to do.
Anyways, Ron, are you feeling okay? Did you?
Oh, I'm fine. I just, I don't like you, but I will pretend to be your servant if it means it accomplishes our mission, because that's more important to me than anyone else's life here, including my own. So.
Very well.
How magnanimous and honorable.
Good for you to serve your role.
Yeah.
We should go to the parlor, where my uncle is. Hopefully we can gather more information there.
That sounded like a big old trap.
Yes. Probably is.
All right, lead on, bud.
Yeah. We'll be a good 10 to 15 feet behind you, as good servants should be.
Rarick, to get to your uncle's parlor / estate / business, you will have to go back out into the city.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
No.
I just didn't know if you wanted to do anything while you were in the house after, coming all this way.
Farm, eat, sleep.
Yeah. Should
Get
we
over
take
the
a
death
rest
of
here?
someone.
Can I go to my old room?
Yeah, you can go to your old room. When was the last time you were here?
Like 10, 15 years ago? A while ago? Yeah.
Jeez.
It's been a while.
You will enter the room, and kind of being like a weird, creepy dude, your manservant Argyle will immediately begin to monologue and be like, your mother's sentiment has kept us always careful of your room. Never once have we entered. We left it as you left it.
You're weird, Argyle. Go away. Actually, fetch me a coffee. The type I like.
Porn.
He pulls out the circular silver tray that already has a soy milk latte for you.
Oh, perfect.
2 pumps of chai, as you like it.
Stop. I hate everything about Rarick. Everything.
Argyle, it's pumpkin spice latte season, don't you know?
Sir, it's the middle of Fantasy March.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shamrock shake.
Unfortunately, we don't have blenders here because we don't have electricity. But
Our ice cream machine's broken.
our espresso machine still works.
Very well, Argyle. Thank you. That'll be all.
Please enjoy your stay, Master Rarick. He takes like one single step back and holds up the tray to his chest and continues to stare unblinkingly at you.
I just look at him for a second weirdly and go into my room. Close the door.
You close the door on your teammate too.
Are they here with me? They're just coming into my room.
I assume they are.
I'm gonna be exploring this house to see if anyone else is here besides maybe servants.
No one is. Rarick is a lonely child who got sent off or left on his own volition years and years ago. There's just this one dude named the manservant Argyle who consistently follows people around, and much like the butler in the first level of Tomb Raider, is immune to damage and cannot be killed at all, and just continues to follow you.
Hell yeah.
Get stuck
Hello,
in a
Argyle.
Chad definitely wants to chat up Argyle at some point.
I mean,
Oh, yes, Mr. Chad! I've been
Argyle.
continuing to mumble my A's and I's because I don't know if you're a Mr. or a Master.
Yep.
Hmm.
Mm.
He stares unblinkingly, slightly to, like, your left shoulder. He doesn't have, like, a lazy eye, but he does have, like, a, you know, like a damaged neck, I suppose.
Argyle, you've been doing this for a while?
Oh, yes.
Like, whole life while?
Yes, I was raised in slavery.
Neat. So, like, got any embarrassing stories about Rare?
Of course.
Please tell me all of them. In
Well,
most
he once
embarrassing
went
to
and
least
confessed
favorite.
his undying admiration to... Rarick, fill me in here. Who was your great love that you missed out on in life?
Her name was Xena.
Oh my god, fuck off. Fuck off.
Wow, what a callback!
Yes, off the Zoe, I believe her name was.
Office, though, huh?
She was a plagiarist, a charlatan. Some would consider her a whore, but I would never use that language.
My God.
But if you yelled at him, like, get in the zone, auto zone, he'd get upset.
I don't know.
That's a good joke. I like that joke.
I know not Rarick's temperature anymore. Temperament. I said temperature. I know his temperature.
Wait, you know his temperature right now? What is
87
it?
degrees.
96.9.
What's my temperature?
42.8 Celsius.
Interesting. This is a fun game. Do you know that? Can you do this for objects? What's that?
I
thing's temperature?
can. Yes.
This goes on for 20 minutes, John.
Yeah, he says so many different numbers that it just does not make sense at all.
Can I
Like, sometimes
insight
it'll get
check him?
into
Like,
the quadra digits.
So he's full of shit.
Oh, yeah, he's completely bullshitting you.
It's still a fun game for Chad while we pass time in weird rich man's house.
Yeah. He's a great person. This manservant Argyle. He'll fetch you drinks. He'll put you
I
in
will
front of a
stop
warm
Argyle.
fire.
Anytime Argyle has anything for me, I'm like, you don't have to do that. You're better than this, Argyle.
You're wrong.
I will fix you.
Is your plan to take a short rest?
We're sleeping.
Yeah. Short rest.
Okay. In the wee hours of the morning, your parents will come home. Rarick, are you in your 30s? How old are you?
Rarick is... I think I said 27. Yeah, 27.
So you left home when you were 12 years old?
No, like 17.
Oh, okay. I heard 15, not 10.
I said 10 to 15.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Your parents will arrive. You having taken a lovely nap in your old dusty-ass room. Master Argyle, who never sleeps, will call out to the entire house, "The lady and lord of Fuseflaw, you have arrived!" And
I'll get up and like
the
rush
two
downstairs.
sorcerers and sorceresses just like visibly and audibly cringe of like, God damn it, Argyle! You don't need to announce us every time we walk through the door. And you hear like a muttered, "You're wrong," as he goes away. They will eventually question why there are 4 randos just living in their downstairs, like, living room. Rarick, you quickly rush down the stairs to meet your parents, who, at you.
Mom, Dad, it's been a while.
Rarick! One man with a great big handlebar mustache, but he's missing the middle here, looks at you. He is completely shaven of head. It seems like the only hair he has is the small bit of mustache. He doesn't have eyebrows or nose hair or anything like that.
Dylan from Sonic?
Mr.
Yeah,
Peanut?
kinda. He looks kinda like Eggman, for sure. The proportions are more natural, though, so he's not like 2 orbs and then sticks for limbs. But he might as
More
well
Jim
be.
Carrey.
Yeah, for sure. And then, your lovely mother, Rarick. I don't know how old she is. You can describe to me your mother if you want.
Yeah, she has blonde hair, blue eyes. She's
Yeah.
Eric, so good to see you again.
Is she your stepmom or your real mom?
No, she's my real mom. My real mom.
Okay. Well, you know how it is in Maelstrom.
True.
People die all the time. Random lightning bolts, all that good stuff. And now I can push the Oedipus complex just a little bit more.
The what?
Huh? Master Argyle teleports behind Rarick, pushing him forward to go say hello to his parents.
Hello, it's been a while.
My son, your father states. You look cowardly, as usual.
Sounds about right.
I'm sorry I'm not up to your standards, father.
You did not think it polite to inform us that you would invade our house randomly, without warning, without sending a message? You've given your mother quite the fright.
I thought you would be here when I got here, but as always, you were in the tower. Not
Yes.
waiting for me.
Some of us have to work for a living.
I do work, you know that. Anyways, father.
What do you want,
these are our
Rarick?
companions. We're hoping you could enlighten us with some information about the prince. We are here to help.
You're here to help the traitor, the usurper, who wishes to
no.
kill his father in cold blood?
We wish to help the king, of course.
You wish to keep that old man on the throne after his several decades worth of tyranny?
Isn't that what you're doing?
Chad's
You'd
gonna
like
push
me
his
to
way
answer that question, wouldn't you?
Chad's
Sell
gonna
that
push
to
his
our
way
enemies.
forward. Chad pushes forward. Good evening, Mr. Mustache. It is
Holy
a great time to
shit,
meet
they
you."
hired a hobo.
Sure did. Name's Chad.
I'm
Pleasure.
sure it could be.
I mean, yeah, we played that arc out. It didn't quite pan out. Yeah, it's Chad.
Are you the master of my son, the leader of this murder death squad?
I definitely outrank him, if that's what you're asking. Why?
I knew he was a fucking whore of the military. I hate my son. What a
Father, I
dog.
assure you, I am at equal rank as everyone here. We are all a part of a single squad. We are all equal rank, and we are very high up in Tulst.
You do understand that with a squad, there comes a squad leader. Therefore, not everyone can be the same rank. You understand this, yes?
Are you the squad leader? That's what I thought, Runt.
Does squad leader die?
No, I'm the squad leader.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, Sil.
Then I should be
Anyways.
talking to you, Mr. Sill, was it?
We don't like you.
Argyle, help me. Argyle teleports in front of your finger, his eyes rolled into the back of his head, gleaming with a milky white.
Wait, can you put that? Oh my god.
Wanna be disappointed?
Oh my god, Argyle says. I haven't seen a man with brain damage this severe since 1804. He sticks your finger in his mouth and licks it, essentially.
Fist.
Alright, you punch Argyle in the face. He comically falls down, begins to let out a comical wail. He's too powerful, Master! Rarick, your father, looks quite shocked at this development. You bring a demon into our home, Rarick?
he's not a demon. He's just playing. I assure you, Father. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm actually part of a very high up, next to the tyrant himself of Tolst, in terms of rank.
You couldn't
And
get
we're
the
actually-
attention of our king, so you go to another one.
That's
That's
I
exactly
chose
what
my
happened.
path. No, that's
I
not
believe
exactly
you,
what
Mr.
happened.
Hobbit.
That is a peasant father from this very land. I wouldn't listen to him. Anyways,
We don't have time for this.
What do you want, Rarick? This man's finger is getting closer and closer to his camera, blurring out the background.
what do you know about the location of the prince? We wish to help.
I'm gonna go ahead and speak for your son and simply say that we are on a mission to assassinate the Prince of Maelstrom for no other reason than he has caused issues with Tolst. And it is doubly beneficial as you are obviously not a proponent of the prince to help us find him. And
Get out of my house.
Very well.
Father?
He opens the
Please.
door. It gusts. Wind blows through. The storm and rain get inside. Your mother steps aside to let you all out.
Father.
Get out! Get out of my house!
Yeah.
You left on your own. You should have stayed gone. You never had the heart to be a true fuse flaw.
I wish I never came back. I'll be more of a fuse flaw than you'll ever be. Walk out.
Hey, Argyle, can I get an umbrella for the road?
He hands you an umbrella. One of those cheap disposable ones, but still.
You're the fucking
like
best,
doesn't
Argyle.
open.
I palm him 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, subtract 10 gold.
Your kindness will not go unnoticed, Argyle. Thank you for being so great.
Have
Mr.
a
and Mrs.
wonderful
Mustache,
day, Mr. Master
you.
Chad.
Mr. and Mrs. Mustache, it's been great. I'll keep an eye on your son, who's probably going to die soon.
Good.
Damn.
I mean, like,
Good. I'm glad.
Chad leans in, looks over his shoulder. I mean, like, do you want him dead?
No.
Okay.
We can make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay assassins and friends of my son to kill my son.
You said you had to...
I'll send my own assassins if I think it's necessary, but so far, he's been too much of a failure to even warrant one.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's fair.
If I wanted to, I could have sent 1,000,000 assassins after you, Rarick. Get the fuck out of here!
Y'all seem really nice. I'm not going to steal anything on my way out. Especially since I got an umbrella. So, bye, friends.
Okay.
I'm going to add an umbrella to my character sheet.
Go for it. 1,000,000 assassins.
Oh god, it's fucking Ugrist all over again, except it's Chad instead of Meager,
True.
and it's assassins instead of ninjas.
You all head back out into Varain. It seems like you blundered that one, Rarick.
My dad's a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Nathan. Good to see you again.
What?
What?
Huh?
You said my dad's a dick.
No?
Come on.
I get it.
Come on. Come on.
Now what, Rarick?
I just look down and say, come on, guys, let's go to my uncle. Start walking with my head down, not talking to anyone.
I really like the dichotomy. The one you like, who wants to help you, is the one everybody else hates. And the one who hates you, everybody else really likes.
Your dad's a dick.
Oh, it's really funny. Yeah, you can head down into the rustier, dingier, shittier part of town, which is the rest of the city entirely. And
still do
there
the
you
little
will
trick-
find... I'm sorry?
Sorry, Devin. Are you still doing the trick where you keep yourself dry?
I think I let it rain on me now. He's so
Chad
dick.
does not share his umbrella space with you.
He doesn't want it.
Sorry, John. I didn't mean to interrupt. Carry on.
Yeah, what's up,
Or
Sil?
Bram.
Can I catch up to him?
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay, buddy?
I'm fine.
Oh, turn that frown upside down.
I don't like to ask twice.
I just look at Sil and be like, "You're really weird, man." Keep walking.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill you.
I walk a little faster.
You walk faster as Syl learns his new bit to terrify the hearts of his team. Runtly, Stung, and Chad follow suit as Syl haunts Rarick like a grisly specter of death. And eventually, you will make your way to an estabulance, quite literally known as Bilbo's Parlor. This is a dingy tavern that has been rebuilt thousands of times at this point. It's constantly in the middle of sinking at different rates. Currently, it has been rebuilt or elevated back up via Bilbo's magical bullshit. Essentially, he is casting Galder's Tower underneath the structure every day to give it a little bit more time before it sinks into the earth. But he was out, so... excuse me, wow. He was out for a few days getting components and spying on rats or murdering people. And now he has just arrived and is in the process of casting some spells. It's been a short rest, so most of those are done. There you will find an assortment of vagabonds, murderers, people who can afford time to stay dry.
Wait, it has been a short rest?
It has been a short rest, yes.
John, real quick.
Hi.
How does exhaustion work with your long rest and short rest rules being different?
You need a long rest.
Okay, so it's the exact same rules as before?
Yep.
Does it only remove one or all exhaustion?
It removes one level of exhaustion.
Gotcha.
It is quite damning and a great way to have some beautiful downtime. I'm going to implement it more now that we're in the later stages of our campaign. That way I can move my calendar artificially.
Wow, look at this guy.
Yeah, I'm a giant asshole.
What a nerd doing fucking math.
True. Who is exhausted out of curiosity?
Me, because you did that to me.
Good.
Chad took wounds.
I took nothing.
Base.
I took wound.
Yes, you will need to complete a long rest before those recover so that your max health can go up. So essentially you both are in the same boat, but taking wounds is easier. Yeah. Hadud's dead, so we don't care about what happened to him. And you will enter Bilbo's Parlor, filled with his mercenaries, criminals, noble second and third sons who don't have the chance to inherit and must make their own way in the world. Essentially, he has his own little guild of ne'er-do-wells and villains who strike out into the city, explore the depths of it, and is a general menace to society if this was any other place besides Maelstrom. So when you show up, Rarick, your face is somewhat known around these parts. You've undoubtedly had a more beneficial or understanding with your uncle, who just does not give a shit because he's a wizard. And his brother, who is your father, is like the polar opposite of him in every which way and manner. So of course you'd be more attracted to your uncle in that way. Maybe attracted's the wrong word. But either way, he shows up. Man, I've just been making Eric laugh. I'm constantly watching his camera right here.
This is so fucking good as an episode. It's so funny. Like, I don't know what it is. It's so good. Y'all are crushing it.
You throw open the great big door and are in this jolly tavern. People actually have smiles. There's music playing in the background through local bards and people who are just getting drunk and doing songs and whatnot. It's quite the lively establishment as you all enter.
Rarick's mood picks up a bit as he walks in.
Yeah.
Is there alcohol here?
Oh, yeah. There's
So
all
Chad.
kinds of alcohol.
If you guys don't mind, I'd rather talk to my uncle alone at first.
Okay,
Yeah,
fuck off. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, okay. Go to my uncle.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
Who wants to get shit-faced?
Yep.
You all go get shit-faced. How much gold do you want to spend on being shit-faced?
How much is a drink here?
That's not how this works. I'm asking how much
It's on-
money do you
it's
want to
on
spend
me.
on having a good time?
It's on me. I'll throw in 500 gold.
Okay,
God.
that's extensive. You're gonna
Look,
have
it's all
a
big.
fantastic time for everyone in this entire bar, and immediately get the goodwill of every villain here.
Good.
You
Does
throw
anyone here know
10
battles?
bags of gold just on the floor. Please subtract it. As you
fine
say,
then.
drinks are on me forever.
Bad's gonna turn to the bards and go, "Hey, didn't you know the Battle of the Raid Team?"
Nope.
Yeah, that tracks.
Would you like to?
Nope. They play their jolly halfling and piratey music instead. I wonder
be
if I can
music?
find my pirate theme.
Can it be the music from Star Wars in the cantina?
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, I can. The only thing I can do is Metal Gear Solid 2 opening.
Wait, Gibby, don't stop.
No, that's 3. Never mind. Sorry. Snake Eater's number 3.
Alright, I am now playing the pirate background. As close to it as I can. Brarick, you head upstairs as a bunch of money is just kind of thrown on the counter where your uncle's manservant slash bartender proprietor quickly is now having to rush out drinks like, oh fuck, I thought it'd be an easy day. I should have retired last night. And he just starts opening the taps and slams out all sorts of liquors that he will take. Please subtract 500 gold if you have not already, Syl.
Yep.
Rare.
All right.
You clamber up the stairs, jumping up onto the second floor, where we must immediately change our music. There you see it. Down the creepy corridor that your uncle has, laced with magical traps, that keeps the popo away, or other villains that he does not like. What do you do?
Do I know the way to get to my uncle? Or is it like I just have to call out to him type of thing?
You tell me.
I think I like navigate through the traps like I've done this before.
Okay.
And then get to his door, give it a knock. Uncle?
The door begins to pull open, and you will find not just your uncle, but a certain person looking quite mysterious out the window, looking to the endless rainy city. The lights are in a gray, black and white tone, clearly some sort of magical effect, as we introduce Eric's new character.
Paul.
Eric, please describe your character to us.
You see the tallest halfling you've ever seen. He stands 3.5 feet tall, and he is barrel-chested and round and large. And he has a sword and shield on his back, and is wearing some studded leather armor as he's looking wistfully out the window.
Yeah, he's standing on a chair to make sure he can see out. But, you know.
Yeah. And I turn around to see who has come in.
You look at the prodigal son of the Fuse Flaw family. The nephew of your companion slash friend slash informant, Bilbo, who you occasionally go to when you're stuck on a riddle. But this time, he's called you. And you weren't expecting it, and he was being mysterious for the past 15 minutes, giving you a non-answer, non-committal responses of, yeah, just wait a moment. It'll take him a minute, and he's been doing that for like 2.5 hours now.
He'll be here. I see,
Yeah.
and I see you're on your own time schedule, but is this the one we were waiting for?
Oh, are you done brooding and self-monologuing in your internal thoughts? Hang on, he flips the light switch. Suddenly the lights become normal again. No longer are they in black and white, 1950s noir styled in the endlessly rainy city that you find yourself in. My nephew, my darling boy, Eric.
Just saw father.
Oh, my annoying brother.
Yes, it did not go well.
As it often does.
You would think after 10 years he would be glad, happy to see me or something. But no, it's just, oh, why aren't you the top of the kingdom? Oh, why did you leave in the first place? Oh, da 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 da.
Yes. He doesn't understand that there are more important things outside of this city.
True. Thank you, Uncle. Who is this? I'm Rick.
Rick, nice to meet you. You can call me Ricorus.
Of course.
As I step down off the chair and lift my hand to you. You see that I walk with a certain purpose, as if like there's been some, military training of some kind. If that's a thing you would notice.
Probably not, honestly.
Okay, well, the camera gets to see it.
So.
Okay.
Uncle?
For my good friend, Mr. Ricorus here, to listen to your plight. Everyone is searching for the prince. It's the ultimate mystery, and who better to solve it than this hard-boiled detective? That I hope
Yes,
we're still
please.
going with, Eric. I really hope.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Okay.
I pivoted to Druid for Temur. No.
Oh no.
No. That's exactly what's happening here. Yeah, you see him. Yes, please tell us why you are here, and what are you looking for in our city?
Well, my team comes from Tulst, and we were tasked to find the prince. I think that's as much information as I am liable to give at this moment. But
Find the prince. Okay. I would imagine the prince is not in the city, as there are many sensors around the city that would alert the king to his presence. So I'm not sure why you're in the city, but I give a knowing glance to his uncle, like, yeah, but you have come to the right place, I guess, to start your journey.
We were hoping to gather some information from my contacts here.
He meant me.
Sorry? Oh, yes, of course. You, Uncle.
I am his contacts, yes.
Yes. We were able to scry on him and see him for a moment. He was with some noble companions, I'm assuming the ones you grew up with, as well as inside a forest with a lot of fog. That's as much as we were to tell, though, from that scry.
Was it like impenetrable fog?
I couldn't really tell. It could have been morning fog. But
Were you even the one who scried upon him, Rarick?
No, I wasn't.
Ah.
I'm a sorcerer. I have more useful spells, you see. I'm talking
I see. Well, the only impenetrable foggy place would be Mistyr that I know of.
Which nobles would find themselves outside the city? Which nobles are the enemy of the king, or would want to behead the king, as it were?
All of them.
We should talk to them. But if it's all of them, then it's going to be a little rough.
Indeed.
You know me. Go ahead.
Yes, we are all enemies of the king, although we are all very honest servants. Long may he reign until the next king, and yada yada yada. The endless trial he puts us through. It's endless.
Mm-hmm. So, Mystere, but where? Mister? It seemed like he was in the woods, so.
Well, if he's trying to get to Mystere, he's going to have a hard time. To my understanding, Mystere is renowned for getting people lost within its domain. Some say you can only enter when invited. So who knows what they are actually doing. This could also be, you know, right outside the 60-mile mud field that surrounds the city. Depends on how much fog there was or what time of day you scryed upon them.
Well, you're a master wizard of your own right, Uncle. Why don't you scry on him?
I would never take the scry spell. It is a terrible spell that invades other people's privacy, and unless they have true vision or see invisibility, they have no way of stopping it. Do you think me some pervert? Like that Ozark wizard up north?
True, he truly is terrible.
That man scries all of the time. He's lost within his stupid glasses. I hate that man.
As do I.
You're just saying
Very well.
that. You don't even know the guy.
Yeah. Uncle, you know I work for Toast, right?
What? Oh, man. Is that something that'll get me banned off Twitch?
Huh?
I don't know what those are.
They look like gummies.
You're muted, by the way. We can't hear what you're saying.
And they're gone.
No, they're gummy bears.
Yeah, they look like gummies,
Won't get you banned.
like spooky skeleton gummies.
I see.
They're Halloween.
And then this one's a zombie.
Nice.
They came out. They actually came out right the first time. I'm proud of myself.
Good job.
Thank you.
Woo!
What do you want from me, Rarick? How can I help you?
I was just wanting to see what you knew regarding this and what advice you could give, which seems you have.
My understanding, the prince has challenged his father, the king of Maelstrom, to his rightful place as the heir apparent, which means he will eventually come to kill his father in his holy retribution and usurpation, take the throne for himself, and perpetuate the cycle of endless violence our city finds itself in.
That is, from my understanding, what's happening, yes.
I don't know how many allies would openly help the prince. I know your father, dumb as he is, may or may not be helping the prince right now, feeding intelligence or selling it to some medium that he...
Wouldn't surprise me if the coward did that.
Indeed.
Either way, I'm sure that his childhood noble friends are with him, as well as it seemed he had a few other allies with him when we scryed upon him.
Oh,
Or not me
interesting.
personally, of course. I would never do that.
Who were his childhood friends then?
I'll list them off because
I am forgetting their names. Do they ever have names, Ron? I feel like
No,
I gave
they
them
were-
names.
They were, you did when Rarick asked, but up until that point, they did not. They were crossbow guy, like cleric lady, and then guy with spear.
Yeah, but they had names, and I can't remember where I put them.
No, again, not until very recently did they have names.
Wenley, Kukul, and Dorley. That is their family names. You don't know their former
Wenley,
or
Kukul,
given
and Dorley.
names.
I did write that down on my character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, you did say that last time. The family names of those. Okay, well, did you go and talk to them first, or did you go and talk to your douchebag of a father?
I talked to my father. He was ever unhelpful. I don't think we can get much help from him, sadly. He hates me.
I can tell you right now, Ren says, that those three...
How'd you get through my traps? He demands.
Oh. Sorry, I must have blinked. If it's just Rarick right now.
Yeah, it's just Rarick right now.
Sorry.
He pulls a comical lever and you just fall through the floor down back to where you were. getting drunk with everyone else.
Well, perhaps the rest of my party should come and help discuss this.
Are they gonna attack me?
No, hopefully not. I've talked to them, I assure you, Uncle. It was a big misunderstanding. They're a little more on the fight and not diplomatic side. That makes sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about?
I agree. I know. Trust me. But it's how they are.
I don't know, man. I had to physically shake one of them off from hanging onto my roof.
Yes, I had a stern talking with him. He should be better now.
We
Why
shall
would they
see.
hang off your roof. This is all very confusing. I would love to meet these people.
Rickorus, why don't you go ahead with my nephew, who is most beloved? And then he pulls the crane again and just sends you both down to the floor.
Looney Tunes style.
Yep.
Like their bodies fall and their heads stay up, so they just have super long necks, and then they fall 2 seconds later.
There you go.
Hold on the sign.
You all find yourselves in a room full of vagabonds, pirates, and everyone who Chad has missed his entire time being on the Murder Death Squad. It's not your gang members exactly. No Brotherhood of the Fist who are still working in Shore as peasant farmers now. Or as bodyguards to fucking whatever that guy's name was. The Hobbit bureaucrat. But you are here with villains. Terrible people. Pirates.
Is there a dice game I could be playing right now?
Everyone's gambling, yes.
Yeah, let me throw some bones, John.
Okay. Do you have a gaming proficiency?
Sure as shit don't, brother.
Alright. Give me a, I suppose, intelligence or charisma check.
I was gonna say sleight of hand.
Only if he's cheating.
Not yet.
If you're not cheating, you're not playing.
Ooh, a 17. Very nice. I'm trying to find party music that isn't just Halfling Festival, but I guess it's the only one that ever exists. People don't party in Klovisa. That is a... Oh man, you beat the ever-loving shit out of these guys, Chad. You're not the brightest guy, but neither are they. Your raw talent nets you at least 2 silver coins in profit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. It's the winning that matters, not the coinage, right?
I immediately spend that money to buy that person a drink and be like, great game.
He slaps you on the shoulder. Ha 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 ha, yes. Oh, you're quite intelligent. I could not even cheat. I'm so bad.
Yeah. You want me to start cheating?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Let's go.
fuck around
Hustle
and find
some people. You made a friend this day. A degenerate gambler.
Don't name him or I'll fall in love with him.
Okay, I won't then. You watch as Rarick falls comically right on top of Runt, who is fallen down and cannot get up after hitting his life alert button. Who then has a big, heavier halfling standing over him, glowering down upon him. Runt, you look up to this beautiful hobbit man.
Oh, hello.
Nice to meet you. Is
Likewise.
this you with him?
Unfortunately,
I'm just standing on Rarick, like 1 foot on his head and like 1 foot on his back, because I had stood myself up.
Yeah, Runt just kind of like rolls out from under him, like, unfortunately, I think he's more with me than I'm with him.
Okay, I step down and like set you up.
Whatever he says, the opposite is true. It's just easier to
Runt,
take
one
things
of the
that way.
greatest people alive. I say very sarcastically.
Yeah, he's right. I am indeed an awful person. I have murdered children and will continue to do so if they stand in my way.
Same.
Runt just puts out a hand for a handshake. We do the
give you a-
predator handshake.
Yeah, I give you like the fist bump. So it's like
Oh,
this awkward hand over fist.
We do like hand turkey. Like you got a fist bump, but I like put my hand out. It's just like cool.
Yeah, but we know we've done like yeah, that's how we do.
It's a Hobbit thing. They wouldn't understand.
Yeah, everyone else doesn't get it.
It's true.
So we're staying here getting drunk. This is like quite the party. It was pretty somber in here before. What happened?
He showed up. I just point at Rarick.
No, he's the party?
No.
I
He's
always
the reason
am.
why. He's the reason we stopped having the party.
Still, what are you doing as you are the heart of the party, having made 50 friends in one bold move?
No,
Oh, God, he
that's fine.
peeked his
We'll rest
mic.
a while.
I couldn't hear.
The mic peaked so good, bud.
Thank you.
Everyone's like, yeah! Just surrounding this black feathered chicken man.
I figured I would just be sitting on the bar, and then just people around me as I tell jokes and I demean Rarick.
If I can yes and, there's a party montage scene where your finger is just sitting doing a keg stand for no reason, because you talking is it the whole goddamn time.
Okay.
But if I'm angry, we don't like it.
Many people are beginning to mimic you and have fractured personalities as they paint their fingers and start talking, thinking it's some new trend, even though it'll die out in a few days. If not, a few minutes from now.
Fine, as long as everyone stops and looks at Rarick with this guy's face, like the.
They all do this just because you paid them a lot of money to do it.
Okay.
Rarick, feeling a little alienated on the floor, will get up.
Rarick, you want to play a game?
Sure.
Got any money? Oh, a noble with no money. Cool, man. Great backstory.
Yes, I do have money.
Come on, let's roll some bones.
Okay.
I'm cheating now.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check. Devin, or
What
should I say
do?
Rarick, you may give an insight check to see if he's cheating. This
Insight,
would be
alright.
against his deception check, but that 27 is going to stand regardless.
Oh god.
So even if you accuse him of being cheating,
Wait.
oh yeah,
I'm gonna at least make that. Oh my god, where the fuck is it? I think this only works on attacks. Hang on. Just kidding.
it does.
Take it all back. I can't affect that.
Indeed.
Damn it.
You know he's cheating. You know he's going to cheat, rather. And you watch these bones fly, these dice roll, and you're like, oh fuck. Here we go. How do you counter such a bold, cheating hand? No
Very
one else
fast
seems to
cheating
see
hand.
it.
Can I make a persuasion check to the crowd to get them riled up? To like be like, yeah, it's obvious he's cheating. Like, look at this. Like, and just like say bullshit that doesn't actually make it true that he's cheating. Make it seem like it's like.
Oh yeah,
I'm
for
not-
sure.
like-
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
You start whining to the crowd that one guy is cheating, and all of them begin to boo you. They know it's the truth.
What?
They know, of course he's cheating. Yeah, but he's cheating against you. So they're like, this guy's clearly cheating. Look at his hands. There's no way someone can roll 18 sixes in a row on a bunch of d6s. And they're just like, no, yeah, he can, for sure. Yeah. I've seen it happen a couple of times.
He's
Sounds
cheating
fair.
against a noble, though, so who cares?
Yeah.
Who's this narc?
Fucking
hi.
narc! Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, you were talking about Rarick. Yeah, Recorus over here. You are Chad, I assume?
Yeah, most do.
Okay. You look like a Chad.
You know, I have my moments. Chad grabs you and pulls you in close. You know I killed a fucking dragon once, right?
Only one? As I stare you in the eyes.
Damn.
That's like, I kind of like you. But back up.
Where are we
Okay.
backing up to?
Just out of fist's reach. I've been drinking. I'm
After
feeling feisty.
your drinks are had, you all go to a small side area where your good uncle, your buddy Bilbo himself, will beckon you all to join him. The other vagabonds, villains, and ne'er-do-wells, friends you have now made, will continue partying and being loud, providing cover to any other people who might be eavesdropping on you all. After a brief moment, Bilbo will glance at you all. My boy nephew says you all need to find the Prince of Maelstrom.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Eric, how can I help you?
Well, I've told you what we know so far, but I'll catch everyone up on what I've told them so far. Does anyone else have anything I missed or any other clues?
A couple
If we had
things. You
If
go
we had
first.
a better item from the prince from his room, that'd be great.
You want to break into the castle and steal property of his prince?
I mean, just a quick
Based.
panty raid.
That sounds awesome. Panty raid the prince.
Panty raid team. Yeah, that's us.
I have not so much as a suggestion, but just basic information. Those 3 that you mentioned, they're definitely going to be with the prince. So they're, well, and the many times that I've seen the Prince of Maelstrom, they have almost always been at his side. In fact, I was there when the prince actually declared his intention to usurp the throne from his father, and those 3 were...
I thought you
Immediately.
looked familiar. You
Yeah,
were that
I
hobbit
tried-
who got sworn in like a year ago, weren't you? What was your name back then? Cornelius?
That was the name I used, but
Oh,
not very many people knew that name, and it was kind of a name that I didn't like anyway, so...
Well, in the registry you have been put under there. I know, because I am the one who writes the registries.
That's true. I used that alias when I initially spoke with the prince.
What is the Kingsman doing here, trying to help the prince? Are you here to overthrow our tyrant? Or are you here working for Rerik's tyrant? Did you like that? Recorus, please tell me that was a good pun. Come on now.
It wasn't good. It was the best.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
You know, I'm laughing on the inside.
I understand.
Runt just kind of gives an eyebrow raise and say, does it particularly matter which side I'm on?
Oh, absolutely.
Very well, then I see no reason to lie to you. Because, as it stands, either you're with me or against me. So regardless of what I tell you, it would remain the same. I have always been an agent of Maelstrom, but there, as with all things, come the winds of change.
Bad from the back. The winds of change.
And the winds of change dictate that there will be a new ruler one day of Maelstrom, and that the current king will not exist forever. And who better to support than the rightful heir, the named, crowned prince of Maelstrom? I look to usurp the current tyrant in whatever way that I can.
How unbelievably based is that? A true patriot. A true traditionalist.
Finally, someone saying what everyone's thinking. So, what's your plan then?
We know he's in some sort of misty forest, and we know that we can't gain entry. We currently have no means of contacting the prince or anyone around him with magic or through other means.
No,
Finding him.
don't you have 3 families that you could go talk to? That you this dummy here.
See,
told you about?
Ricorus, this is why they need you.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go talk to the Wendley, the Kugels, and the Dorley because what was your name again? Derek said that that's who they grew up with. So we just go talk to them first, see what they're up to.
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me as well. It's
All right,
rare,
thanks, Derek.
By the way. But
Thanks, Dolan. I'm always appreciative to hear your opinions.
Look at that. You have pet names. Isn't that cute?
Come on, Rick. You want to play some dice games? Cheer you up.
You guys are truly getting
Yes.
along. I'm so glad my nephew's gotten out of his shell.
Rarik's just super surprised that Chad called him by his real name.
Okay. Aw, +9.
Natural 2, Lamau.
Well, after roll against it?
Depends on if you want to try to cheat him.
Yeah, I'll try to cheat him.
Alright.
Bill's gonna start bringing
Sleight of hand.
drinks over to
Damn
Derek.
That says, you win some, you lose some, and this one you lost, bud.
Damn it.
Still bring some drinks over. What do you say, Sil?
Thank you, waiter. Appreciate you.
We don't like you.
No, so we like this one.
He's going to be joining us.
So we like this one.
Yeah, we like this one for sure.
Well, Derek, here's a drink. Drink.
Thanks.
Open up.
Feed me the drink.
What have you done to this drink, Sil?
Yeah, will you do me a favor, bud?
Stunning strike him?
Mm.
Okay.
What?
Um,
I back away.
Can we not enable PvP every single time we get the opportunity to?
we haven't hit each other in a long time.
Yeah.
I put my hand up above my head to grab your hand as you go to like punch him. Maybe not each other. Not quite
Chad
yet.
is so taken aback by this little man grabbing his hand that he just bowls over laughing and goes, okay, but alright, I'll stop. Sorry. You're right.
It's okay. There will be a time when he deserves it, but I don't think he deserves it this time.
You're
He's a
funny.
noble after all, but not every time is it his problem.
During the conversation of distraction, I shoved the drink down his throat.
I don't think you can just do that to a person, Sil. You can't just goose him like that. Or you teleport a goose into his throat.
As you say, Goose, Runt goes,
Yeah.
Chad freaks out. He gets ready.
You all begin combat and fight each other, spilling drinks, stunning, striking, stabbing at each other in good fun. Also exhausted and wounded. People slap at each other's wounds to piss them off. But we're going to find out what actually is going to happen with our new companion, Ricorus. After our break, here in a moment. We'll be right back, everyone. Woo!
Ricorus, more.
Placid.
Hello, everyone. We are back after those wonderful, wonderful messages. Good times are had by all, I say dourly, because bad times are ahead. You have gained a new party member, Ricorous. That's how we're pronouncing your name, right? Not licorice?
Ricorous. But
Ricorous.
whatever you want to say, John. I'm not going to
Cor...
the DM.
Rick?
Pickle Rick, really.
Pickle Rick.
Now.
Not the
Funniest
reverse. The
Your friend, Bilbo. Bilbo Fuseflaw. Will pay you money.
My uncle.
Friends. He's gonna call in every favor he has on you, which he's a wizard. Assumedly, that's a lot. He wants you to help his dumbass nephew complete his job so that he doesn't die in the woods like an ingrate and bring dishonor to his family.
Well, considering he saved my life, I'm happy to oblige him.
Perfect. The rest of you, though, have an investigation to run. And now we kind of need to get out of character by getting in character and having a conversation about having a conversation. We need to talk about what our goals are. We want to find the Prince of Maelstrom. But with such little leads, how are we going to do that? You thought about scrying, but scrying does not give you exactly what you need to find the man you're looking for.
I have a couple of ideas.
Could there be notes or like ledgers or anything that might hint? Final purchases. Because if he's a royal and stuff like that, there's going to be like diaries, there's going to be ledgers and stuff like that.
Yeah, someone's tracking that shit for sure.
Okay. Because then, if that would be the case, could this work?
Well, you need to find the guy who's keeping track of all the expenses of the prince, right?
But would that work?
It might.
Funny, weren't we just talking to the guy who was keeping most of the ledgers?
Yeah, isn't there a guy?
No,
that's
he's
an
a
automaton in the
register.
house?
He just
A
keeps track of
registrar.
people.
Okay. Well, one of my ideas was very similar to Brand's, which was finding someone or something that had a connection to the Prince of Maelstrom. Because obviously, the ultimate goal is dethroning the king. But he has to, and I know he's not a particularly smart guy, so more than likely somebody else came up with his plan to take down the king. But he has to have a plan, which means he has a goal. So if we can find out what his goal is to get to the point where he thinks he's strong enough to take on the king, we might be able to follow that same path.
Yes.
But that would require us doing the same thing that Bran just is saying, which is finding basically a trail of things that pieces of the puzzle that we can put together to try and understand what the prince's goals were.
John, any chance I could get a 1d100 roll on random friend that I made while gambling who we haven't named so I don't fall in love with? Like, does that have any potential criminal dealings that would lead us to a breadcrumb trail? From random NPC luck?
Maybe if the prince is having stuff brought to him.
The man you made a friend with is not useful, but he is one off from being DTF.
Well, sorry, bro. I came on a bit too strong. I'm just looking for some help. My bad.
Indeed.
Nice to meet you, friend. Don't make me fall in love with you. Don't. Shh. Shh.
In this hard town, in this hard city, we don't have time for love. We only have
Everyone's
time to
hard.
fuck. You try not to fall.
Gotta go! And Chad runs away.
You can run from your desires all you want, but they're still there in your heart. Okay, so...
We have 3 leads, the 3 houses. Rarick, you want to pull in some favors, or did you never do anything nice for anybody?
Uh, I mean, let's just say there's a reason I ran from home. I didn't do a whole lot while I was here. Uh,
I might be able to pull a couple strings.
If you get us in the houses, they have again ledgers. They have that stuff. Maybe
So I
we
mean,
can
there's
get information.
there's two ways we can do this. In terms of going into the houses that I can see right now. Either I can try to pull some strings and try to find some manservants that I know were particularly on the prince's side, having spent some time here before coming to Tolst, and using my status as one of the prince's allies that they would know of to try and get access, or we can simply try to sneak/break our way in, which is the much hotter, dangerous option with lasting consequences if we get caught. The first
That's the-
option has the potential to go south pretty quickly if the servants that I think are on our side are not.
Chad points out I can just run up. How tall are the buildings here, John?
Don't you have that urban thing?
In the city, not high at all, but in the actual noble quarter, they change based on the family's wealth. Few will have your distance is insane that you can run. There's no way you could. Okay, well you couldn't get up the
120
stop at
feet
a
straight
ledge.
up.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
can
a
go
ledge.
120 feet straight up. Even with doing some parkour, no house is going to be a challenge for any 10th level monk.
Chad
The
points
keep
out,
itself, though, that will be a hassle.
Chad points out, minus the keep, I can get on top of any building, no problem. We could wait till night. Do you want me to scope stuff out before we try and go in?
Oh well, that would be what I would suggest if we're going the route where we're sneaking our way in and where diplomacy may have failed us. Because
If diplomacy fails you, then they're going to know what you're up to.
true,
might be
but
better not to.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can you guys get me somewhere close? Like a pass by?
How close are you talking?
I just need to see someone. I just need to see people.
I mean, we can just go talk to the families? I'm not sure I'm following.
What kind of people you need?
So someone that can be there, but no one's gonna question it, but no one's gonna talk to them.
I got a weird guy who wanted to fuck me a minute ago. He might fit the bill.
No, they need to be known in the house, like a servant or something like that.
Oh, yep. Nope, don't have that.
Yeah, because I have the hat of disguise self.
I think right now, to keep it simple, like Recorus is saying, we should talk to the families first as our starting thing to see what pieces of the puzzle we can fit in immediately, and then work our way from there. No need to complicate things right off the bat.
Who has contact? Is it only Rarick that has... Are you the only one with contacts in this city? I mean, Ron, you said you had contacts that would probably know the Wenley Kugels or Dorleys?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have the status nobility, so I could go talk to their families, but I don't know how much information I could glean from them.
That would pipe in. You could barely talk to your family, bud.
My father's a dick, alright?
I think what Rarick means is that he can put his foot in the door to keep it open so the rest of us can walk in to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. You aren't the only ones who are searching for the prince, right? These people, their family members, are going to be questioned before. So the real question is, what are you guys going to do differently to get a result that someone else hasn't yet?
Well, I believe I still have the one thing, which is kind of my trump card for this situation.
Yes, the one thing.
Yes, my MacGuffin that we use for scrying. The note specifically written by the prince with his seal on it.
What does that say?
I mean, it's
Was
showing
that
that it's
not
come
given
from,
to the tyrant months ago?
that's what we had for scrying, and we got it back. Remember?
Oh, right.
That's the whole reason we were able to scry in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So presenting that to them and being like, "Hey, this is my proof that I'm undeniably an agent of the prince, and I know your child is one of his closest associates." That would be that's really all I've got. So
Alternatively,
besides
you
that,
stole his mail.
I mean,
Mail theft is a
I
crime
also
punishable by death.
literally have the royal robes, well, not robes, but like armor that I was outfitted with.
That doesn't mean you're with the prince, though.
I mean, we
Well, I
don't
was
have to walk straight up to him and say, "Hey, yo, anyone want to kill a king?" Like,
well, no, it was
we
going
could
to be
find
it's
them out and about, and we could shadow them and follow them. We don't, like, there are many opportunities for us to like move forward on this. There isn't like any one way that we're going to use. Like,
So let's start by figuring out what our actual objective is. Are we just trying to physically reach the Prince of Maelstrom?
At least contact him to let him know we're trying to help, try to figure out what his plans are so that we can help aid them.
yeah. I suppose the
So-
original objective was to find him because we didn't know what his plans are. So if we're going to be very literal about what we want our goal to be, our goal when we break it down to its most fundamental part is to help the Prince of Maelstrom. Actually finding him face to face is not a requirement, but it's the easiest way for us to understand what his goals and how he plans to achieve them are. Like, obviously, the ultimate goal is dethrone King of Maelstrom, but there are several things you have to do first before you get to that point, and so we want to know what those goals are and how we can help.
Mm-hmm.
That is our objective currently.
Okay. So you need to know where he's going and why he went there, is what I
Yes.
understand.
That is correct.
Okay. Knowing that, or, well, now knowing that, who would have this information on hand? Do you think it is the families of his quote-unquote harem, of his friends that he keeps around?
Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking that the people near the outskirts of town who are going to see people leaving, who see lots of traffic, who keep a keen eye on comers and goers, are going to have better information on where the rumors of what he might have.
It's a
for his
60-mile
plan.
mud field, and rats are attacking the city. Probably not, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'd see them go a direction, but once they're gone
That
like 3
says-
miles, like,
What about
who
the-
is to say which direction they actually continue going?
Chat says,
People
what
don't
about the-
often travel in straight lines.
What about the butlers of the families? They know way more shit than they know.
It depends how well the butlers were off with the children.
Argyle's better than you ever did, Varric, so...
All right.
What if you go play the noble card and I go play the talk the butler up card?
I was
That
gonna.
could work. Yeah. Approach
You
two
know-
different angles.
You guys, the one thing that you have to understand too is nobles usually talk in front of their servants like they're not there because they don't really see them as people.
I mean, essentially they really are, but that's a whole nother discussion.
So it sounds like, yeah, Chad definitely going and having some discussions with servants.
I'll be among my people. I know what to do.
I could
I'll
talk to
listen.
nobles, see what information, if any. Maybe you could come with me with the letter and see if that could help.
how did
The
the
letter
last
will be
noble go that you talked to?
If you're talking about my
Tell me how
uncle,
that went.
it went very well.
Was he talking to you?
Of course.
Seems like everyone that I've seen you talk to, they're talking at you, not with you. even these people.
My uncle loves me. Thank you very much. One of the few.
That's true, he does. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. So anyways, do you think you are the best person to talk up the next noble people? Or do you think
Considering
you
I
should...
am the noble, I don't think we have any other choice.
So,
Or
You
perhaps
can give introductions to
hang
other
on.
people.
Okay, John's stepping his foot in again. Because we're losing the mark, I feel. So, we know we need to talk to someone who has been around the prince. So that we can figure out where he went and why he went there. Now that we know that much, we can sort of focus down on who would be that. And it sounds like you guys need to go to the palace itself. Because Prince Maelstrom lived inside the palace where his father reigned. Rarick, you are a noble here, so I will tell you information you know. That essentially, when the prince's debut occurred, 3 people from the families we have listed before, the Wenley, Kukels, and Dorleys, I believe, yes, I memorized their names now, offered up their children who were in the same age group as him, and then they sort of cut connections with those children. Those kids have lived at the beck and call of the prince since they were children. And now they are young adults to full-blown adults. So you are going to need to find someone who took care of them. And that may be harder than just walking into the palace and being like, hey, yo, I need your son's butler.
Well, there usually is a hierarchy of the maid and servants, and they're built into wards, each house. So if the son or daughter has a place, they have their own known servants, and so they have the head butler or the headmistress.
Yeah.
All we gotta do really is find their residence, their main residence that would have the primary staff there 24/7.
Okay, how do we go about doing that?
What are we?
Because again, you
Well-
can't just walk into the keep and be like, hey, yo, where are your servants at, girl? This is a plan that requires not just social engineering, but access to places none of you have access to.
Sounds like an Ocean 11's kind of job.
Yeah, I'm thinking, and I think Eric
Well-
mentioned this earlier, but could we potentially watch people coming in and out of the palace and then very friendly, like, interrogate a servant to try and maybe sneak 1 or 2 people in as
Well,
like trying to get hired, quote unquote, as servants to speak with the actual higher ups, or
Getting hired as a
Maybe not
king's
getting-
staff.
maybe not getting hired, but interrogating, like watching the scheduling of servants coming in and out to try and see if we can't work with the servants who do have access to get in. However that happens, I think we'll be fine, but definitely watching and getting someone who does clearly have access and is familiar in the keep to be able to bring us in with some plausible explanation.
Well, would it be possible we try to find a noble who isn't currently there, like a higher up noble, and then use the disguise to disguise Syl as that noble, and then just walk in that way with us as his...
Well, the only person you know who can just walk into the castle is your father, Rarick.
Well, if I know one person. Do I hate my father that much?
That you would send Syl in to masquerade as him, so that he
Well,
can
also
maybe
preoccupy
interrogate
him.
the right person?
I could
You
take
also
them.
have to preoccupy my father. But
I could take them with me and pass them through too.
hmm. How strong is my father of a spellcaster?
Not very.
He's not Syl's level.
He has access to 3rd level spell slots, and that's about it.
Oh, and
Well,
he's making fun
at a
of
minimum
me.
of 5.
Yeah.
What a damn! What a bitch.
Chad has no access to spell slots, so how does that make you feel?
I know.
Can't read.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
wait, we
The
can.
average level of people who are, like, taxed or within the registry is level 5.
Huh.
So any Maelstrom citizen that has, like, an ID, their average level is 5. Which, compared to you all now, that's not a lot. But on a national level, there's like 10,000 people who are level 5. That is impressive.
So, yeah, we can go into my house, make my father just, make sure he stays there for a bit, and then go into the castle with Syl, disguised Syl, as my father, and we can get in easily that way.
Can't you put your dad to sleep?
I can take care of my father.
All right, let's go to your house. It sounds great.
Whoa. What's the
Chorus.
plan once we get in? 'Cause let's make sure we have the full plan.
It's true.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was
The
whole
prince's quarters are not known to any of you. You likely do not have access to them if they are an apartment styled within some wing of the palace. You don't know who you're looking for at all.
Would they have a waiting room?
Waiting room?
I mean,
You have a
The-
room where, like, you wait for the person to come and they get announced, and they like that's the place that you wait until the royalty's ready to see you.
Yeah, it's not a parlor. There's a term for it that I'm
Parlor?
blanking on right now, but a foyer, I think.
Foyer, yeah.
Yes.
Foyer for those from Texas.
Once we get there, I mean, the rogue can do roguey things and disappear and try to find some stuff.
Yeah, but it will take me far less longer if I know where I'm going. Which is why I think we should combine some of our ideas. So, firstly, I think that we do need some sort of direction, so we need to find someone who can bring us to the prince's quarters. So, like Syl said earlier. So we should quickly try to find someone who we know can lead us there, and then we can have Syl disguised as Merrick's father. Go in, have them disguise us as... with Syl disguised as Merrick's father.
I mean, I
And
know
then-
someone who can give us directions to the quarters, most likely. My
Well, we
father.
don't need most likely, we need certainly.
And I'm saying we can ask my father before we.
If we're
You know what
pretending
your
to
father
be,
does?
Yeah. What? No. I know he was saying that he was like advising the king or something on the prince situation. Isn't that what Michael said?
on a metagaming level, 1, didn't your father kick you out? And 2, didn't tell your father that we are suspect number 1 and your father's going to be hunting us down?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Here's another
it's just
angle that John just thought of. Maybe he's fumbling the bag. But you're not the only ones looking for the prince. Wouldn't it be easier to find the guys who are looking for the prince and just jacking their information?
Yeah, we could do that as well.
Yeah, isn't that what my father's doing?
I mean,
Not
everyone's looking for him, right? But, like,
Yeah.
there has to be someone close to the king. Who would the king trust to find his son that is out to kill him?
his hand.
What if this isn't the Game of Thrones world?
No, that's really
His
what they're
guard?
called.
His guards?
You
Oh,
have
is his military?
Yeah.
Someone in the military?
Does he have a secret assassin group?
He might.
Spy network.
Apparently, the entire population that is on, like, a IRS form that goes down for taxes, essentially every noble, is a soldier of his. Hell, runs
was
part
anybody-
of the military of this city as well. But he's over here, dick in hand, fucking around with you guys. So who
was on the
knows how
murder-
fractured this is?
Who was on the murder death squad? Was there
No
anyone
one
from
relevant
Maelstrom?
for this mission.
Good talk, boss. I'm out of ideas.
I'm sorry. There's too many characters and things that...
How could you not remember me?
It's because John has limited brain power and he doesn't care about alternate timelines when there's already so much he's dealing with.
Doing a great job, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time we get like a new piece of information that we talk about, I want to change the plan, so I can't really decide on anything right now.
I mean, I say we just keep it simple, keep it easy. Go to my father, tie him up or something. Suggest he tells us the information we want to know.
I feel like that's something we do last, though, because we know that's a thing we can do for sure.
So
Dad drops the rope that he had started coiling up. All right, fine.
And also, that's like a clear escalation, so that's something we do, like, when we're ready to start moving in. When, like, the plan is fully set and ready to go and all the pieces are in the place, that's when we do the action. But if we just do that to start off, I'm not really sure where to go from there.
I have a
I'll be
question.
honest, I just really hate my dad, and I feel like it'd be really, teach him that maybe I'm not this little shitter who, isn't at the top or whatever to his standards, but you know what? Compared to him, I'm way better than him.
Yes,
So what's going on?
Why don't we just knock him out and tie him up?
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Dad
Maybe
picks
we
the
could,
rope back up. God, you people are fucking kidding me.
Wait, what did you think the plan was?
So we're gonna just do that right now as the team lead, and because we're pussyfooting around and I'm bored, and we need to kill something.
Yeah!
Well, we're not killing my father.
Shh. Wait, Daddy. No talkie.
Oh god, Chad's getting it on the fad. He's got his painted finger.
It's so much fun.
Oh no.
It's so much fun to be a finger.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, y'all need some Jesus.
I need Jesus' warmth deep inside of me, that's for sure.
Well, I need a lot of things deep inside of me. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
Hey, John.
What was that?
Hi.
Testify.
Tamer's suggesting that you guys try to find a spy master that Syl/Brandon has killed before when he was on the political team.
He actually suggested we find the soy master,
Oh, the soy. Soy.
We
ignoring
already
the
have
parentheticals.
one of those. Why would we need to find one of those? I'm not
Okay,
sure I
I'm
understand.
Wouldn't he be like the lead investigator in an investigation if he's an active spy working with the
Yeah, I didn't
masters
even
of
think they had a
spy?
spy master, I'll be honest. But yeah, we can ask my father about that. I feel like he knows more information than we have is the reason why I want to go talk to him.
All right, let's go. Tie him up.
Didn't you?
Oh,
just
wait,
talk to
let
him?
me lead the conversation, please. Before we just immediately on my signal, you guys can go crazy, but please just
Hang on.
It is
Hang
fun
on.
to watch him berate you, so I guess.
I need to hear your bird sounds, Jarek.
Oh.
All right, that'll do.
It's just bird sound is just attack.
I guess.
Well, actually, Syl, Chad, here's an idea. How about we slowly and subtly, while Peric is talking with his father, start surrounding and flanking his father so slowly and subtly that he doesn't notice. And then, when the sound is given, we all kick the shit out of him and then tie him up.
By slowly and subtly, you mean over a 6-second round? I'm in.
Yeah. That slowly and that subtly.
Don't kick the shit out of him too much, please. He is my father.
I did say kick the shit out of him and not stab his throat and take
Guys,
out
he's
his
got like
broken
40
throat
health
supreme.
at most. You guys will down him immediately. Like, Syl could kill him in
That
one
holds
turn.
up both
I
his
could
hands.
probably-
I'm unarmed.
I could probably down him with a single hit if it was a
Yeah.
good strike.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. Please don't kill him.
Oh,
I mean, whoever
Oh,
gets
yeah.
the first kick in will, gets to kick the hardest.
Oh god.
All right, let's go get this chicken to roost.
Okay.
You're a winner.
Oh,
Like a gang of
We're the first
hoodlums,
critic
you
of Big
quickly
Old Man.
enter the rainy streets. Recorus, is this a good sign or a bad sign that they're actually planning?
I promised his uncle that I would go along with what they're saying, and he keeps saying, "My father, my father, my father." So Recorus is like, "On board, yeah, let's go talk to your father." I don't understand the relationship you have with your father. Apparently, he berates you sometimes, but whose father doesn't? Let's go to your father.
Indeed.
Tamer,
He's a
Tamer, how
menace.
drunk are you that you're making the argument that the political team is not chaotic? You guys draw on the map every session. Stop it. Stop it.
Quit engaging with Tamer. He's drunk.
I'm sorry. So am I.
Fair.
Same.
You knock upon the door, and Argyle, the trusty manservant, is there. Silver tray in hand, your new soy latte prepared with 2 pumps of chai. This time it has a sprinkle of dolce cinnamon upon it. Master Seymour. No, Eric. Hello, I greet you.
hello,
They're
my
back.
father. Yes, I need to speak to my father immediately. Where is he?
Oh, your father, is it?
Yes.
Ever want to speak with your mother, do you? You know, she's the one who gave birth to you. I was there on that rainy day.
What the fuck? Just where's
He
father?
moves over.
Chad Vulcan him, and I'll just turn into him. Vulcan death grip.
Just- I need a bird sound. If I hear the bird sound, it's happening.
I'm feeling a little hostile intent irradiating from you all today. Ooh.
Argyle, I'm not gonna hit you, but
Argyle, just where's father?
Your master! Oh, no. The master is in his study, not your master. I'm sorry. He's my master.
Yes.
Just a slip of the tongue. You understand, Master Eric.
Chad leans in.
Yes.
You're your own master, Argyle.
I wish that was the truth, but it is not.
It might be soon.
I shall go tell him that you are on the way.
I am on my way, and everyone follow me. I'll like quickly move fast to.
Oh, okay. You rush up the stairs, and kind of like a loading zone of Resident Evil, you open a door, and like there's Argyle just right in front of you.
Hello again.
Oh, Master Eric, hello. You know I'm in every single one of these rooms.
Argyle, get out of my way.
Okay. He moves, like, he retreats, he does it, and then you open the next door, and he's right there again, just off to the side with another chai latte, made with soy,
Flip the
heated
tray
up,
up at
stirred. Do what?
I flipped the tray up at him, so like the drink.
The tray, like, spins in his hands as if the, like, handholds are stationary. You spin it around, and the soy latte goes with it, and is perfectly stationary, as if it's, like, super glued to the surface.
No one's ever actually picked up the cup.
It's like those, the Turkish ice cream guys who, like, continuously, like, steal the ice cream cone back
Yeah,
away
I
from
love
you.
those videos. I will watch them every time.
Oh, shit.
It's made of plastic, and so like it doesn't the cup. We broke the magic. I'm sorry, kids.
Oh, it's great. You head to the last office, the study, as it were, and you will hear a... Argyle, I did not ask for a soy lot... Oh, and he, like, looks up at you. as Argyle is directly to your right, having beaten you to the master's study.
Argyle, please leave us. I wish to speak to my father alone.
I physically cannot. You're in the way.
Get out of the way.
Oh, hello! He looks down at Runt and records. Excuse me.
Hi.
I don't know if all of you will fit, but I will try to... Oh, hi, Chad! And he, like, hugs you, Chad.
Slip him another 10 gold.
Oh, why, thank you.
No.
He hugs
You're
Syl
the
as
greatest
well.
Treasure.
Be like him. Oh,
Father.
before I walk in, I'm gonna change into Argyle. By the way,
He's physically holding you. You with your hat cast disguise self, and then you turn into Argyle.
and turn and start walking.
Okay, he doesn't question it. He's like, oh, a new me. Perfect.
Now there are 2 of them.
I'm free, he says as he faces through the walls.
Dobby's free.
Unfortunately, Syl, this is where your story ends, for you shall become Argyle. For all eternity.
Okay, Argo is a cool character. We'll miss you, Syl.
Hey, where's my 10 gold? Damn it!
Your father looks up as a group of armed and angry hobbits and men appear.
Well, I'm not angry. I'm just...
Argyle at the door.
No, you're angry, son. Let's be real. You're coming to confront your father at last.
I am.
Rarick, my son.
Father.
He puts down his glasses, puts them on the table. After I told you to leave, you came back. You smell like a vagabond and villain that you keep company with. Why have you returned?
Father, I suggest you just sit down and shut up. And I cast suggestion at him.
It's already sitting.
Oh, well, shut up then.
The shutting up part.
Yeah. Keep
Shut up,
sitting.
bitch.
Me in an Argyle form. Latte.
He waits to see what you have to say for yourself.
Guys, tie him up.
Ooh.
Whoa, what do you mean, tie me up?
Runt moves
Oh,
forward,
fuck. You
Taking-
cast a save. Fuck.
taking his dagger, and he's going to not unsheath it, but he's just going to take the dagger butt and start like smacking him in the face.
Wait,
You're
why-
assuming
why-
a lot here.
What
I
are you
think
doing?
I think you guys
I
need
mean,
to roll for initiative, I feel.
Brad's like, I haven't heard any bird sounds. Are we doing this?
I was expecting them just to sit there quietly.
Yeah, everyone.
John, give me a 0 on initiative. I thought we were going to go talk to the father. I do not.
No,
understand
apparently you're
his plan.
instantly going to attack him, so that's what we're doing.
Yep,
Someone's
give me a
got
0 on that initiative because my character's just like, wait,
That.
we're talking.
Is unironically a natural 19. Guys, he's gonna go first.
God damn it.
Okay,
Oh.
I'll roll initiative, John. Here we go.
I thought you said you were setting yourself to 0.
No, give me initiative. Fine. Someone's got to step in and do this shit.
Okay.
These idiots don't know what they're doing.
Well, Recorus is gonna go first then, because he does not have 20 dexterity.
Yeah. So I, going first, slyly make my way through the crowd, and then I'm gonna go and pin him down. Would sitting count as being prone?
No.
Okay. Then I will make I'm just gonna make an attack at him with my strength to pin him down.
Yeah, you rush forward to tackle him out of his chair and knock him prone. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics, not my best, but here we go.
Oh my
Literal
God, that's a
fucking
natural
soy
20.
dive.
Jesus Christ. That is not a natural 20 to beat your natural 20. You shove him out of his chair and knock him prone.
Wait, do you only have 1 strength?
I have 13 strength.
God damn.
It's my second
What?
lowest attribute.
You're a
Man,
fighter?
imagine.
Yeah.
Dex
What's
fighter,
going
baby.
on?
That is
Yeah,
not
I'm trying to find my
confirmation,
clown
Tony.
music.
That's confirmation.
Tubas?
The
Tubas.
death tubas? Oh no.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna die, boys.
How dare you come into my house to slap me in my face? Son,
Yes,
you are banished, he cries out. Alright, here we go. I need a dexterity save from everyone in the room.
Is it just a verbal?
Grappling someone does not stop them from casting material or verbal or
Oh my
somatic.
god.
It doesn't stop somatic. So I was like, I want to grab
can't
him.
affect me.
It does not
Any
stop
natural
somatic
thing
no
at
matter what you do. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my-
What about you,
God.
Dad?
Welcome to 5th edition, Eric.
Fuck you,
It's
Dad.
bullshit. Get
Boo,
fucked,
it's
loser.
so bad. It's so bad. John, I'm on your side now.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Hey, old man Eric, go yell at the kids on your front porch, all right? We'll let you know.
I tell
what
them
happens.
to get onto my lawn so I can yell at them. Kids, step this way.
Come, children. I'm gonna tell you.
Alrighty, we have quite a few passes here. I think Brand's the only one who fails, and only by one. Yep.
What? Oh, devil dice.
What?
Devil dice.
Devil
What?
dice?
Why don't we
Oh,
click that, Bram?
Dark One's blessing, or Dark One's unlock. Add a D10 and he automatically passes because at least a minimum of one.
There you go. You all pass, and we'll take... Hang on, I need to do math now.
Awkwardly scrolls towards evasion.
Awkwardly scrolls towards uncanny dodge.
Hovers. Waits.
You all will take 24 lightning damage.
Do I, John?
Half
No,
on a
you
save,
have evasion.
obviously?
Fuck yeah,
Or
bro.
is this already half?
I'm sorry?
Is this already half, John? Or is that like...
Yeah, that's already
half?
halved.
Okay, thank you.
24, you said?
Yep.
I also have resistance to it, so.
This will ignore resistances.
I'm out.
Oh.
Owned.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's shooting you with the exact same magic you have. That ignores your resistance.
What? That's why it should have resistance. That's the whole point of the resistance.
No. You're
This is
powered by the
Fifth
same
Edition,
source.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Good
you do true
job,
damage
bro.
against him, much like how he does against you.
Okay,
It's
how
like-
much damage
it's
is
like-
it?
24 if you passed your save, which I think everyone did.
Yeah.
Yeah, uncanny dodge.
And none
You
for
can
me,
uncanny
because
dodge
mom-
it for 12 instead. Lightning bolts shoot from the sky as he cackles out, infinite oh, fuck, you're all fine. And now you will all beat him into unconsciousness. Or kill him. Or is anyone trying to kill him? Because you will have the opportunity to.
Still is
God
apparently.
damn it.
Let's find out what we're still rolled in on initiative.
15.
Then he is last to act.
Wow. Imagine going less of 15.
Okay.
That's kind of crazy.
Well, prone. He can't get up since he is grappled and likely shoved down to the ground. You guys will just beat the shit out of him with attack rolls. It goes Chad, I believe.
Yeah, I have 20. Does anyone have higher than 20 besides?
Oh, then
Forrest.
why is your name another person's character name?
It's a character.
Do you know
that
how
no longer
fucking
exists.
confusing that is, Gibby?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Hadood? And then Eric rolls in. Alright, Runt apparently goes. So, a Hobbit, Dad, Hobbit, Chad, Rarick, Bran. Okay, we understand the order now.
Sure, bud.
Mr. Thief, Do your thing.
Everyone knows. It's the same thing I always do. Does a 30 hit, John?
Yeah, 30's gonna hit.
23. Non-lethal.
Okay, cool. You stab at him, his energy shield flickers. Oh, fuck. Next up is Rarick.
Can I non-lethally do magic?
Nope. Magic is always lethal.
I'll give him a little shock. DC 17 strength rank save.
Okay. You shock him. No, my resistance, he screams out. Yes. You shock through it. Chad.
Just gonna run up and stun him.
Okay.
Well, first I will attempt to hit him.
22 hits. Yeah,
Spend
8
G
damage.
He fails?
He might just be
Unironically, no. He rolls a natural 20 on his...
Oh.
But I need to see if he's even conscious right now.
Yeah, you might have just knocked him unconscious with that.
8 plus 3 plus 23 is 34.
Yeah, it's like he's level
Okay.
5 and he's a sorcerer. So
Dude,
he can't have much more.
at his level, I was rocking that health.
Okay, yeah, he's unconscious.
Exactly.
Got him, guys. Chad like
Okay.
holds up his hands like he's down. Tie him up.
You knock this old... Well, not old man. Guy is late 40s, early 50s, unconscious.
Is it my turn?
Does somebody have rope?
Yeah, but the fight is over.
Tie him up.
Yeah, you tie him up.
Tie him up. He is your father.
Wait, hang on. Chad picks
I'll
his
tie him up.
pockets.
Is anyone going to provide medical attention before he bleeds out and dies?
After I pick his pockets.
Yeah, I will.
Courteous, John.
He is at home. Most of his pockets are empty here. Unless
Homie doesn't have a handkerchief?
Doesn't he?
you want to
like,
steal his
sneeze on-
handkerchief.
Does he have one?
Yeah, sure.
Now he doesn't.
sneeze on money?
He does not carry money on him, no. That
I
is what
will
peasants
help.
do.
Rarick provide medical attention so his father does not die.
Is anyone trained in medicine?
I knew how to use a healer's kit.
Do you have a healer's kit?
I don't know if I... It does not appear that I have one on me, no.
Okay, well...
Is handkerchief monogrammed in any way?
Oh.
There's
he's
too
just
much
gonna
shit
heal him.
going on. Let's focus on if this
Alright.
guy's getting medical attention first.
Does that work?
Yeah, it sure does. You
I
bring him up to
don't
1
think-
hit point, guys.
Yeah, he's
Go.
conscious again.
You just beat the shit out of him in 6 seconds. He's not gonna throw down anymore. Oh, fuck.
I hold my potion of superior healing in front of him. I go, "This is yours." If you give
Actually,
us-
you heal him for 1/3 of his life. That is quite considerable. But at 11 hit points, he's like, "Alright, fuck you dumb fucks. Why are you attacking me? Rarick,
Father,
you've committed a heinous act. You've betrayed your family.
you deserve this.
Fuck you. No, I don't.
Isn't this what all Maelstromians want? Like, shouldn't you be proud of your son doing this?
I'm a little proud, but you don't lynch your father. You defeat him in honorable combat. Like the prince.
I could defeat you in any combat I wanted. Alright.
Then why did you bring your dumb fuck teammates to do it?
Because I can. Alright, shut up.
I'm disappointed in you, son. Not just because you're a failure, but because you're weak.
Chad pipes up. That's worse
And a
than him
failure.
being mad.
Alright, let's tie him up. I tie him up.
He's already tied up.
Oh, yes, tie me up. Make sure they're super tight, Mr. Strong Arm Hobbit.
What?
Oh no, I'm showing your son how to do it because he doesn't know how to do anything.
It
I'm
seems
making
like he
your son
doesn't know how to
finally
do
be a man.
anything. Oh, I'm blind, he says. He's not blind, he says, rolling really good. What? No, your DC's crazy high. He's probably
It's
failing
19,
this.
isn't it? Isn't
Yeah.
your DC 19?
19.
Okay, he's blind.
All right, now that that's taken care of, good lord.
Alright. 16 seconds later, he's no longer blind. But he's not gonna say that. As you guys have this man bound, tied to his desk chair. Having rifled through his pockets, stolen his handkerchief.
Is there anything fancy or shiny that looks rich inside this like library study?
Yeah, there's a small little bust of an elderly scholar that sort of acts as like a book stop or rest on a bookshelf.
Okay, we're just gonna pocket that.
Run's gonna stop
Will,
him, and
can
he's
you
gonna like.
please not steal from my family's home? While
Run's
I'm
just gonna
waiting?
like. He's gonna snap in front of Syl, being like, "Hey, focus. We came here for a reason. You can grab it on the way out."
Oh, they're stealing from our family, Rarick. I hear them stealing.
Sil, please.
Okay, I'll put it away. Sleight of hands it.
Yeah, you throw it in your pouch. It weighs 5 pounds. It's a tiny little bust. It's
Tell us
either
what
made
you
of
know
shiny
about
brass or gold. Who knows?
the prince. We need to know what you know about him. What his plans are.
Oh, the prince, huh? This is what it's all about?
Contrary to what we told you before, we're actually not here to kill him.
Uh-huh. That's why you go around invading people's homes, attacking them?
Well, to be fair, we
Yeah.
believe that you wanted to kill him. And
To be
considering our
fair.
objective is the actual opposite of that, we figured you'd be a perfect target to take down.
I also love walking into strangers' homes and assuming things of them immediately. When
Father, I
they're
know you.
bitching
You're
out their
definitely trying to
boy
kill him,
because he's a
alright?
dumb fuck.
You're a
Hey.
dumb fuck.
Hey, John.
Hi.
Is there a desk?
Yeah.
Can I sit down at the desk?
Yeah. I think everyone's sitting down at the desk right now.
Oh, can I sit at where his dad can see me?
I think he can see you. For 6 seconds.
Done. You're doing it.
So I have a bottle of black ink and a quill, and I have some paper. I would like to start writing a note out loud, and it's basically his father's suicide note that we're gonna leave. To let him know that, listen, it's not gonna go well for you.
Sil, we're not killing him, alright?
I can't live like this anymore.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah?
She's gonna find out about them.
Uh-huh.
All of it. And then
What's
make
my
it-
great big dark deed, brother?
You got herpes.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Father.
And
Rarick.
then something about embezzlement and can't live with a lie anymore, yada yada yada.
Rarick, you should have told them you know that no Maelstromian ever falls victim to blackmail nor threats of death.
Yes, I know. But we just need it. We just need you someplace nice and quiet for a while, and this seems easiest. Plus, let's be honest, you're kind of a dick.
I have a question. When did I say I was doing those things?
Still, you're blitzed out of your gourd. This man tells you.
What I'm saying is like I didn't say like, listen, if you don't tell me what's gonna happen, you're gonna die. I'm just writing a suicide note and I'm saying it out loud. That's what I was trying to convey. Like, I'm not saying like he was gonna live no matter what if he gave me the information.
I agree.
He stares blankly forward.
Can I try to do that with intimidation?
No. I didn't find that very intimidating. You're threatening a man's life who does not care for his life at all.
Tell me one thing, at least. What do you really hate the most about the king?
One thing. He smiles.
Ron's just
You're
kind of
doing a
staring
great
at
job,
him.
Dad. I understand a lot more about Rarick now. It's all
Yep.
coming together. It's making a very clear picture.
It's like someone just showed up into my house with a half-cocked plan and immediately attacked me for no reason.
Listen, Father, just tell us what we want to know. Come on.
What do you want to know?
Oh,
Why don't you use your voice for once, Rarick, and actually tell us what you want?
Shut up. So, in the tower, where's the prince's room?
How low you have fallen, Rarick. You want to not just rob our own house, but the future king of your country.
Father, just tell me what I want to know. I cast suggestion again.
Meanwhile, off in the wings, Chad's whispering to Argyle, "We can run away forever. Now's the time."
He just has a fire extinguisher and is putting out the lightning bolt fire that has been created in the house. That is not how suggestion works.
Huh?
You do not make demands of people.
Yeah, you're not using command person. Or dominate person or
What can I
whatever
say?
it
I
is.
suggest you tell us what we want to know.
Suggestion
What is
must
that?
be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable.
Yeah, I suggest you let us know what we want. Isn't that?
Does that seem reasonable in this situation?
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be something that is unreasonable, but makes it seem reasonable, but through magic, isn't it? Or am I misunderstanding?
It gives examples. I read the examples. You can't make it do something that would intentionally hurt itself, or harmful acts towards it.
Yeah, it's not hurting. It's not like I'm not telling it to jump off a cliff.
This is one of those weird, vague roleplay spells that are supposed to be creative and used in funny ways. In the current situation that this character finds himself in, he's been physically assaulted by a band of brigands, his son has betrayed him, and they are interrogating him for information about the prince. If you were G.I. Jane being interrogated for your, existence, and you're being told to give up your squad, or you're gonna die to the not-so-Nazi... I don't remember G.I. Jane that great.
You're doing
But
great.
he is currently in a survival situation, and if he gives up this information, death could come to him in this very strange betrayal he finds himself in. So it is not reasonable for him to give up information about the prince when that is all the reason that you are not killing him.
Because he's dead if he does, he's dead if he doesn't.
I'm telling you how the spell works. I have made my ruling.
That's fair.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Chad turns to Argyle and says, "Hey, Argyle,
Hi.
what does the master of the house love more than his son Rarick?"
His son, Rarick.
The more
Doesn't love me.
than.
There's nothing.
So we
Argyle, don't lie to him.
Argyle glares at you. You know he's invulnerable, Rarick. You know that he could defeat you all right here, right now. He does not have a hit point bar. He's stronger than the Tyrant of Tolls for all you know. And he looks at you and says, "You know I cannot tell a lie, Rarik." Fuck you, Temmer. How dare you call it?
True.
He is.
Based Argyle.
Couldn't we just then beat up Rarik? Or kill Rarik?
What? Whoa, guys. Come on.
Fucking do it, his father says. I'll tell you everything if you do.
What the hell?
Chad looks around to see if anyone starts making bird sounds.
Brent slightly opens his mouth, getting ready to call a bird sound.
John, I'm looking around on this desk. Are there any papers or anything that he would have had around, or opening some drawers?
That the lightning
fumbling
bolt
through
didn't
things?
immediately vaporize?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
gotta
just-
go through the drawers. Yeah, I'm going through the drawers.
Yeah, you start trying to unlock and open drawers as Runt prepares a bird sound. Rarik, your father, stares at you.
Good. I stare at him back.
There's a small glimmer of a
Nice.
smile.
I don't smile.
If you free me and beat up my son, I will tell you everything.
Oh.
How about we just beat up your son?
You're pathetic, Dad. These are my friends.
Okay.
They would never do something
Beat
like
up my
that.
son! Beat up my
No,
stupid
my-
boy!
They would never do something like that, right, guy?
Alright, we're
Oh
rolling
my-
into initiative.
God damn it.
Why don't we actually drag out our tokens for this one?
Oh, shit.
Wow,
I'm
get fucked, nerd. I rolled a 1.
I'm fucked.
Sure are, aren't you?
I will have to roll into this initiative as I am on the uncle's dime here. So I now get to protect Rarik.
I sure love turning the party against each other. Is this how the raid team ends? Not with a whimper, but a bang?
Let's be honest, this was coming.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff there, boys. Yeehaw.
Rarik rolls a 3. Okay. Please fix your initiative if you have not rolled in already, or if you have rolled in. Okay, it looks like Chad is the only one.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the characters. Where you put them?
Maelstrom.
Alright, I got you. Everyone is on the list. Sil, you're first to act. You are behind Rarik. Okay, oh no. Alright. You're gonna max out your next damage roll for a spell that you cast. What spell is it, Sil? Okay, you're gonna kill everyone. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I just wanted
Sil,
It's a
are you
dex
out of your
save,
gourd?
so-
You said you wouldn't pull a CK on me and break, and now you're casting Fireball on yourself and your team.
I just want to see everyone's faces. It was kind of just one of those things. No, it was supposed to be a little funny. I'm sorry.
Declare to
No,
me
I
what
don't-
you're
it's a
doing,
lot
Sil.
funny.
Use your words. What's your turn?
I don't usually get fisted. I just,
Okay, you shoot him in the back once for 8 damage. I think a 29 will hit you, Rarik.
Yeah, well, I have 11 AC.
Ah, same as your dad. Just kidding. He has way more. He's got 12.
6 died.
Okay. Keep going. Keep him coming. You got like one more, right? There you go.
No,
That's right, I do.
869. Okay, and then that.
Well, you
8.
have 4?
Do you have 4? You might only have 3. No, you only have 3.
3?
4 is at 15.
Oh,
Alright, Rarick is shot in the back 3 times as Runt gets to go.
Runt looks over, ready to do the bird call, and then he just kind of sees Chorus in this battle stance, ready to protect Rarick, and he's just like, do we really have to do this?
I mean, I did what he said. He didn't say I had to kill him.
Chorus!
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. I take out my longbow and I shoot at Syl.
Okay.
That's a 27 hit.
A 27 will hit Syl, yeah.
And I have another attack. So for 20. Because I believe I only have 2 attacks, right? 2 attacks?
Indeed. Please subtract that from your temp health, I believe you have.
No, I got rid of the temp health after I got hit with the one.
And I stand in front of Rarick, and I say, with as much as I'd like to fight each other, this does not seem to be a productive use of our time. But we can continue if you all want.
Chad.
Can you briefly describe how this room is, John? Just so I can, if there's another sillier option.
It is a very tiny study that is maybe 8 feet wide at most and like 12 feet long. It was how he was able to hit everybody with a lightning bolt no matter what.
So what you're saying is I could feasibly, for the sake of comedic effect, run around the entire perimeter of the room on the walls and then do a dive onto Rarick?
Dive, kick.
Yeah, essentially.
Done. What do I roll?
An attack roll, I assume. Are you attacking him, or are you trying to, like, grapple him or shove him?
No, I'm doing this over-exaggerated run around the room on the walls to, like, make it seem like I'm doing some crazy bullshit. And then I'm just, like, fucking Leishtung elbow dropping him.
Alright, you hit him for 7.
Taught me well. I'm gonna whisper, bro, I swear to God, you just need to fucking pass out right now, or we are going to kill you.
I pretend to be passed out.
Oh, it is your turn, Rarick. Give me a deception.
Well, actually, I have more actions, John. So I'm gonna cock back my fist and be like, oh, he's dead. And then hold my action.
Stunning strike.
Wow, okay, Rarick, it's your turn, bro.
Playing dead, right?
Yeah, but then as I'm playing dead, I will subtle spell and cast Thunderstep and teleport outside if possible. Or
You can see within range, yeah.
Can I see outside the room?
Not if you're prone on the ground, no.
How far away can I see?
I need you to roll the damage on that, bud.
It's 11. It rolled at the top. Or it's actually 12 because my other thing.
10-4.
My of this.
Okay.
Can I see just like to the other side of the room, like right by the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just teleport there and open the door and start running.
Chad's on top of you.
I
It's a teleport,
It's
yeah.
a teleport.
You and each creature. Oh, you bring along what you pick. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Is there anyone you want to try to save?
Nope, I'm running.
Okay. You're going to hit everybody in the room, so Chad has done his con save. Now it's time for everybody else.
Damn. By 1.
Your father miraculously passes with a natural 17. Rolling hot tonight.
Yeah, what the hell?
Wow.
anyone suffers half if you pass. I think his DC was 17. And then he's running for his fucking life, it seems.
Yeah, I fucking am.
Still.
Oh,
How much damage was it?
11.
12 on
11.
fail.
Okay.
My action is up. I'm gonna swig my potion of superior healing.
Okay.
What's the roll?
Superior healing? A lot.
It's an 8d4 or
8d4
something.
plus
4,
8.
Yeah.
Plus what?
8.
8.
30 points of healing returns to you, Sil. Run.
Yeah, good question. I guess I'll just step out of the room and just watch and pass.
Okay. Argyle looks up with his silver platter on it over his face, protecting it, as Rarick just zooms by, barrels out of the house. Not Hadood. I'm forgetting your name. I'm so sorry.
Ricorus.
Ricorus, thank you.
I hold my action to attack Sil. Or wait, no. I aim my bow down at Chad. Why has this chaos happened?
Chad's like, please
And
fucking shoot at me. I never get arrows thrown at me. I fucking dare you.
The problem is I'll never hit you because it's at like disadvantage because you're on the ground.
I'm gonna throw it right back at your balls. Just do it.
Okay, I will shoot at Chad. I have to shoot at disadvantage, but I don't think it's gonna ask me. But that's okay.
He has to hit me.
19.
That hits.
It's
Which
9
means,
damage.
oh my god, I have to find it. Where is it? Oh, I never, ever get to use this.
You're level 10, so it's automatic, basically? Because Dex
When you
mod
do
plus
so,
monk
the
level?
damage you take is reduced by 1d10 plus my dex modifier plus my monk level. Yeah, I reduce it. If I reduce it to 0, you catch the missile, and it is small enough for you to hold in one hand. I can spend a chi point to throw it at you. Let's go, bitch.
Okay.
Unarmed? Sure. I'm gonna use...
That's a miss.
No, I'm not gonna fuck any more chi up. I'm just gonna throw it over your shoulder and be like, come on, man.
Lands in one of the books. All right.
Nice.
Well, that seems frivolous. Anyways, turn to Dad. This is. I hope you're entertained.
He's been having a ball, just chilling.
Unless he's like out from the fireball that happened.
He is not, no.
The fireball didn't happen.
Okay. Oh, fireball did not happen. That's okay. He lightened, and now there's
Indeed.
more lightning.
Chad, it is your turn.
Thank you.
I'm gonna lean over to Mr. Mustache and be like, your son's a fucking disappointment. And then I'm gonna stand up.
Hey! No shit.
So, about that information.
Rarick, what are you doing?
I'm running outside.
You just run. As
Trying
we
to
say
fucking
goodbye to
kill
Rarick, who runs the fuck away.
I like go right outside my house and I like stay there, but like I'll back like 100 feet or 120 feet.
You
I'll
dash.
run to my door, watch my door. Yeah, I'm just like trying to watch the door, see who's coming out.
Okay.
I'll wait there.
You want information about the prince?
Yeah.
Yep.
Valid information. Correct.
From what I understand, he went to Mystere.
Why?
From what I have been told, it is to pursue a technique to defeat his father in one-on-one combat.
Has he tried just whooping your ass? Because that seemed to work here.
Whooping my ass?
He meant
Any-
this.
You know I'm not the king of this country, right?
Anyway, how do people typically get into Mystere?
That I do not know.
You have to have an invite, I understand.
Do you know
You
people
do.
who would know?
Likely the delegate from Mystere, who is by our king's side as we speak.
Oh, that's useful. Thank you. Walking out. Syl walks out.
Syl walks out.
You
The
see
rest of
Rarick
it.
120 feet away in a bush hiding.
Yeah, I'll throw a regular health potion his way and say, "Come on, let's go."
Why, guys? Why?
You all leave.
I don't, not immediately.
Oh, I just look at Syl and pick up the health potion and be like, why? Just why?
Dude, you
Say
can't
thank you.
expect a spellcaster not to know that you are keeping the rain just off of you.
What? That's what this is about?
You will never understand the pettiness that Syl combats every day.
And this was and we got the information. It was a win-win.
I'll keep the rain off you if you promise not to fucking try to kill me at the slightest convenience.
Oh, honey, no. If I want you dead, you'll die. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Hobbits and Monk, what are you two doing? Or three?
I'm staring at Chad still, and then turn back to their father. So I don't seem to understand Maelstrom in the slightest. Argyle says you love your son, but your son is ostracized by you constantly. It's probably not the best way to raise a child, but
Iron sharpens iron, Recorus.
yeah, let's go with that. What are we gonna do with him now? Your study is also ablaze here as I like tamp out some of the fires from the lightning.
It's obvious, isn't it, what we're gonna do with him? He just said, iron forges iron. Iron sharpens iron. Obviously, Rarick has a long way to go. So if we kill him, what will Rarick possibly have as inspiration to get stronger?
You want to murder me so he'll go after you in a revenge arc?
No, I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying if we kill you, he won't have any reason to try and dethrone you as the alpha male of the family. So we keep you alive, other than the fact that, we weren't intending to murder you in the first place.
You could have fooled me!
Yeah, well, let me be the first to say that I'm not a particularly smart person and I don't make particularly strong decisions.
Well, I heard from someone one time that iron sharpens iron, and I take out my knife and I get really close to him, and then I knife with a rope and let him up. So, you should get sharper. Put it away.
He remains sitting down. He rubs his wrists that have been bound for a minute and a half, which is what this combat took.
Yeah, so, have a great day. I, walk out.
You leave.
As you walk out, I'll be like...
Run. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I find Rarick.
Like, thanks for helping. Still tied up there?
No. It is your future throne to take. Because you may have heard this before, but iron sharpens iron, apparently. That's not how we do it at home, but that's how you do it here, I guess.
We were supposed to keep him tied up. That's how we're getting to the castle, remember?
Oh,
he's gonna sit at home. He'll be fine.
You sure you're just gonna stay there while we...
Well, why don't you go back in there and figure it out?
Oh, God. I walk back in.
No, you don't. Runt's on his way out to stop you from being an idiot.
Yeah. We gotta tie him up. He's gonna tell. He's gonna snitch.
He's not gonna snitch.
We're gonna be in there, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, but your father's already here."
Yeah,
Okay.
Run will walk out having literally handed the potion of healing that's still left on the floor to the father. And then he's gonna as soon as he walks out and he sees Rurik, he's gonna say, "I'm sorry we had to, but your father's well, it's best if we leave."
Oh
It's
yeah,
time to
I don't
go.
know what they did, Rick. I don't know what they did while they were in there, but you know.
It's time to go.
Listen, you know what? Never mind. Let's go.
Rarick, one hobbit says they let him go, the other one is implying that he murdered him.
We got good cop, we got bad cop, worse cop.
It's true.
And then we
I
got-
am definitely the worst cop.
At this point, Rick hopes we all die somehow. He doesn't.
Oof. Chad, what about
That
you?
iron gets a little sharper.
How long have they been arguing, John?
I don't know. Couple minutes.
I would have run up one of these bookshelves and started smoking on top and let everyone fight it out, survey the scene, let it all fold.
Well, they're outside right now. So
When
are
did
you
we
just
all
still
go
in the
outside?
sun? Are
We
you
were all
just hanging
yelling
out with the dad and just looking out the
Were we all
window
yelling
with him?
Dad.
Always Sunny in Philadelphiaing it in his study, just gesturing and yelling at each other back and
No.
forth?
Like as soon as he started telling us about the prince, like as soon as that's finished, everyone started leaving.
I walked out immediately and started head towards the castle.
I would have gone with the group.
Okay.
This dude's weird. Rarik's weird. I don't like any of this.
High five to Argyle on the way out.
He high fives you and offers you a soy latte if you'd like one.
I smacked the soy latte out of his hands.
It does the spinny tray thing once more.
Remember, it's fake.
I
Nothing's
gesture
real.
real hard behind him, and then I use my hand to smack the entire tray out of his hand.
Did you?
You see, Chad, you are the only one who will see that his hands are not connected to his wrists at all. And as soon as you, like, slap his entire tray, his hands begin to spin out of his body until it's, like, 3 feet off from his clear wrist. There's just empty negative space there. What do you do, Chad, as
Their
you
mage
see
hands.
Argyle just staring at you in shock?
Does he appear hurt?
No.
It's a cool trick. You
The
get
tray is perpetually spinning as if it's on one of those perpetual motion machines.
I grab the tray.
Yep, it keeps spinning in your hands. It's almost impossible to hold on to.
I stand on top of it.
Chad, I need you to make me an acrobatics check. Your DC is 30.
A lot of cheap points here, kids.
Acrobatics?
Uh-huh.
I need a 20. I have a +9.
Damn.
Chad, you grab hold of the tray fully, preparing to mount it as if it is a spinning skateboard. Here's the horrifying realization you come to. One, this tray, whatever is touching it, its new gravity is the tray itself. It ignores the world entirely. You spin out of control. The world is a kaleidoscope of motion. As you continue to spin and spin and spin and spin, your grip will eventually let go as you are about to have a stroke. Not supposed to exist here. You will fly through the window, the nearest window in a comical style, like a rocket. I need you to take falling damage. How much
You mean he's
do
a
you
monk.
negate?
Don't
lot.
monks like cats land on their feet?
5 times
my
your
monk
monk
level's
level.
50
Alright.
damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is not right.
Oh, I was gonna
Can't be
say,
right.
what the
That
fuck?
is not right at all.
You had
That
50 on the
doesn't-
pain.
How
That
far
seems
was
like a
this
really high roll, too.
John?
That's a high
Uh,
roll.
It was not supposed to be 50, I promise you. I hit the 5. I was supposed to not.
Holy shit.
It was supposed to be 60 DC.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 100 DC. Oh, okay.
That was great.
There we go. It's supposed to be 30d6, not 50d6. There we go. You surpass the speed of sound and rocket off Team Rocket style. You go past terminal velocity. Are you
Can I not
alive?
during this slow fall bring myself towards the thing and run down it to avoid damage?
Yeah,
You're
that's
doing
what
this.
slow fall is, right?
No, but like combined with this, if I can get to a wall, I can just run down it and not take damage.
No,
I'm
you're gonna be
imagining,
like
like-
a cruise missile that knows where it is by knowing where it isn't.
Okay.
Are you alive?
Do I have an action in the air?
Will 45 damage kill you outright?
No.
Okay.
Not if I get a chance to use this.
None of this will kill you outright because you have more than 40.
I have more than 45 hit points
Okay.
in total, but right now I don't currently have it. But if I'm in the air long enough, I can spend 2 die to heal myself.
But you're just going conscious then.
We're gonna find out what happens next week on City States of Klovisa as Chad either becomes a cruise missile and hits straight into King Maelstrom's palace, or he flies 150 miles away from Maelstrom and is separated from the party, touching an object that should not be touched.
That
Guys!
cannot be held.
He team rocketed.
He team rocketed, yeah. Any
John,
shout-outs you
your
wanna make?
items that you have, I need to make a shout out to all of John's items that he makes that seemingly nobody cares about, but they're the coolest items in the world. We found a mirror that was just supposed to be a fuck around item, the voice of the people.
I'm the voice
Love
of the
that
people.
item. Yeah. And now we have found the heart of the universe.
Spencer's
on
yeeting disc.
Yeah, can we talk about why, for some reason, the house servant to my house is like some arch demi-lich?
Turns out he is
Apparently,
actually the head of the house, but he's in disguise. That's the actual head of the house.
No, we
That's my
just need
actual father.
we just need to bring this conversation full circle and realize that every side character to Devin is the best because, guys, Devin's the main character.
Shit.
Confirmed.
Fucking true.
Yeah,
Giga Chad, Devin.
Damn.
again. Really
Any
rare
other,
he's just the cousin of Igor.
Things you guys want to call out before
Shout
we
out to Temer, who had some sort of Canadian holiday recently.
shout
yeah,
out
bud.
to Temer. Happy
Shout out to-
Thanksgiving, October boy.
Thanksgiving.
Shout out to Canada for having a Temer.
True.
And also for having a Thanksgiving.
And also having a Thanksgiving.
Also, if you have a Amazon Prime account or your enemies have an Amazon Prime account, you can hook that to your account and sub to John's channel. Do it right
Or
now.
if your character dies, just
Yes,
throw
please.
subs at John.
True.
True.
John is bribable. There is such a thing.
I've set the bar. Now it's higher. probably.
$1,000. If somebody gives me $1,000, they will unlock the Artificer class to be able to play. This is
I am
a
tempted,
thing that
Mr.
someone
John.
has offered and stated, and I'm still waiting on that money, Alden. Come on. Hurry the fuck up, bro.
Then we could have the all artificer game.
It's true.
Yeah, he's young and has expendable income. This might happen.
I do have your Venmo.
I'm old and have expendable.
You do.
You do.
And you do not mind throwing a shit ton of money at me, so. But $1,000 seems like a lot, and I think it's a fair price. Have a wonderful day. Apparently, if you pay me $1,000, you also just get to kill Anchois, the character. Maybe, hopefully not the person.
But if I pay you $1,000, can I kill the tyrant?
No.
No.
Otherwise, our games would end, and I couldn't get more thousands of dollars from you in the future.
Fair.
Based.
Okay,
Thank you,
we're
John,
gonna
for
head on
hosting us.
out. But as
session,
always, thanks so much for playing, and don't die.